Rockingham. This includes the cities of Claremont, Concord, Cornish, Croydon, Derry, Dover, Durham, Hampstead, Keene, Laconia, Leicester, Loudoun, Manchester, Nashua, Rochester, Salem, Somersworth, Sullivan, Surrey, and Unity. This is Mill Weather Radio Station WXJ40 broadcasting on a frequency of 162.40 MHz from Placer Hill in Pembroke, New Hampshire. The current time is 6:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here are the 6 p.m. reports from around New England. In New Hampshire, the report from Concord was not available. Portsmouth partly sunny, the temperature was 79. Manchester was partly sunny and 88. Jaffrey Fair 84. In Lebanon it was partly sunny with a temperature of 76. At the summit of Mount Washington, fog was reported. The temperature was 55 and the wind was south at 24 miles an hour, gusting to 30 miles an hour. Berlin fair and 80. Whitefield was fair and 79. In Vermont, Burlington heavy rain and fog were reported and 70. In Maine, Augusta fair 79. Freiburg a thunderstorm 70.
Alrighty, my friends, what is going on, you guys? Hope y'all are having a wonderful Thursday afternoon here for today, my friends. Hope you guys are doing alright. So glad to have you guys here. Let's go ahead and see who is in the chat. I see Maple's here. What's up, Maple? Christian, Fly on the Wall. What's up? Once again, Megan, thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Eagle, as well as Hurricane Heather, sending much love from Northern California. Well, glad to have you here. Hope you're doing all right. And hello here from Kentucky, where I am currently streaming at here. Let's see, Lane wants to know, where am I at? I am right here, Lane. I know you can't see me right now, but you will hear in a second. Anyways, I hope you're doing all right there as well, Lane. Abby there as well. Let's see, Christian. Don't know if I already said that. I think I did, though, actually. Anti-Spiral and Crystal. What's up? Hope you're doing all right here. Cordy says hello from Northern Kentucky. What's up, Cordy? Hope you're doing all right. So if you hear a lawnmower in the background, yeah, I have a family member that's actually currently mowing the lawn, so just ignore that if you do hear it somewhere in the background. But anyways, my friend, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. So first of all, I want to go ahead and say welcome. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hope you guys have been, having a wonderful day, and hope you guys have been staying safe with all the crazy weather that's been happening over the last several days. It's been getting pretty crazy, and it is still actually kicking off here across the Northeast, where we are monitoring some severe weather for today. There is actually a tornado warning. I just now noticed here in eastern or central portion here of Tennessee. Let's actually look at this here before we discuss a lot more, because obviously this is the top priority here. But anyways, my friends, hope y'all are having a great day here for today. Let's go ahead and see what's going on down here, basically just southeast of Nashville. Here's Nashville, Tennessee, right here. So you know where this is at, right here across the central portion of Tennessee. And you can actually kind of tell we have ourselves a tornado warning in effect for portions of Doyle. I think that's how you pronounce that. Spencer here included, directly east of McMinnville. I think that's how you pronounce that here as well. I'm not the best at pronunciations. I'm sure you guys know that by now. But anyways, but that is what we are looking at. So obviously, my friends, we got to be safe here. This is a tornado warning for portions here of central Tennessee. So we're going to continue watching it. We're going to see what this is going to do here. I tell you what. Let's go ahead and bring up velocity here. Let's go ahead and see on the velocity scan. It does look like we might have a little bit of something going on here. Pretty much directly kind of east-northeast of McMinnville, or McMinnville. I think that's how you pronounce that anyways. But that is what we're looking at here. So my friends, just please be safe there. If you know anyone across these areas here, this is directly northwest of Pikeville, north of Altamont here. So that is kind of actively what we are watching here. So we got to watch this tornado warning here for a little bit. As of right now, let's go ahead and double check on the warning status here. This is for tornado and quarter size hail. Okay, so as of now, this is a radar indicated threat. You can see right here how it says radar indicated rotation. This is the first stage of a possible tornado developing here. First of all, you have to have rotation before a tornado can form. The next step would be for a tornado to be on the ground. So there could already be a tornado on the ground. It just has not been reported or relayed yet. Like I said, across portions of Spencer, directly east of McMinnville, basically directly south of Sparta. This is once again across the central portion of Tennessee, this is what we are currently watching here. So let's go ahead and see here. Emily says, hello from Muncie, Indiana. What's up, Emily? Hope you're doing good. Crystal says, it was raining cats and dogs yesterday in Ohio. It was crazy. It's been pretty crazy for a lot of people over the last little bit, especially St. Louis. Like I said, we were watching St. Louis had 8 inches of rain that actually fell, which was pretty crazy, actually. So obviously, yeah, so there's a lot of flooding that was ongoing there in St. Louis area here. Unfortunately, we did have a fatality. So obviously, that's very, very unfortunate, very, very sad to hear. But I do hope that everyone is recovering okay from that here right now. Obviously, like I said, it's been pretty crazy. We were expecting probably another half inch of rain, between yesterday and today. It probably has already fallen with some of these storms that we just seen move through the region here. But anyways, besides the point, obviously, hope you guys please stay safe out there. Things have been absolutely nuts. Let's see. Haley says, hi. What days are we going to have severe storms here in Kansas City? So that's actually a really good question here. If we take a look here at today's Convective Outlook, that's actually a good way to start. You can actually see here, we actually are watching the overall severe threat that is persistent across portions here of the Central Plains, moving into portions of the Midwest, Tennessee Valley, moving more up into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeastern regions, where we actually do have a slight risk here, an increased threat for severe weather across the states here of Vermont, New Hampshire, portions of Massachusetts, as well as portions here of New York. So obviously not New York City, but actually, I take that back. New York City is included with the slight risk here. Barely, but it's there. So obviously the slight risk here for the area in yellow is basically saying, hey, this is a level 2 out of 5 severe threat here. So obviously that is what we are watching here. So obviously severe weather for today is going to be a likely scenario here. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings that is currently kicking off here across portions of the Northeast. It looks like a lot of them have been canceled actually since I just started the live stream here. Let's go and double check here. Move up here towards Albany, New York, here on the far east central side. We'll turn back to reflectivity here. That way we can actually get a pretty decent scan going on. So yeah, you can kind of see how we have ourselves this little long line of storms that's currently moving through. Looks like it's directly north of Scranton. I'm sure you guys will probably know where that's from. Directly south of Binghamton, right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. So we are watching some severe storms here for today. We do have some active watches. That is still there. If we take a look at this here really quickly, here the areas in yellow that's highlighted right now on the map, this is severe thunderstorm watches. Basically saying, hey, severe weather could be possible across these locations here. So obviously watch out and monitor the latest information, which we're going to be covering here. So this would be a good place to be in the live stream here so that you guys can stay up to date on the latest information regarding the severe weather that's currently kicking off here. So obviously, my friends, just be safe out there for today. Like I said, obviously the main concern for the storms today is actually damaging winds, mostly across portions here of the Northeast. If we take a look here, we'll go ahead and remove these watches here for 1 second. I actually want to go ahead and pull up the overall risk areas here for today. If we take a look here at the damaging wind risk, turn back on the outlook here, you can see how we have ourselves our slight risk here covering in yellow. So this is actually where that damaging wind threat is the highest for today. Once again, across portions of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, portions of Connecticut, Massachusetts, and even a small portion here of Rhode Island. Rhode Island included. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, so yeah, we are going to watch out for that. Obviously, the damaging wind threat does cover a decent amount of ground here. Like I said, 5% chance of seeing damaging winds every 25 miles across the areas here in the brown. So that is kind of what we are looking at here. And then as we move up into the Northeast, now we have this yellow. This is a higher percent chance of seeing damaging winds. Now clocking up from a 5 to a 15, literally tripling the value here. So obviously we are watching ourselves a possible, damaging event going on down here. We actually do have some wind damage reports here coming in Vermont. Let's go ahead and see here. So this is for trees down Upper Falls Road here. So this was right here in Vermont, my friends. We have a lot of reports here kind of clustered in towards Albany, New York here, kind of right around Interstate 90. It does look like, let's see here, 911 call center reports trees and a wire down along Holly Road. So that is kind of what we are looking at here. So obviously, multiple trees are being reported down from this line that we are continuing to watch here. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Aqua says, tornado warning I just heard near Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, there is actually an active tornado warning that is in effect here. I'll go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's right here, basically just directly southeast of Nashville. You can see right here, this is a tornado warning that is in effect here for portions of Doyle, portions of Spencer, directly east of McMinnville. So we are going to continue watching this here. So like I said, there has been a bit of rotation that's been detected here. As of right now, this is not confirmed, though. But like I said, it can go confirmed at any time. So obviously, it still is a pretty decent deal here. What's going on here? Hold on a second. There's been a lightning report here directly in... this is actually in eastern Nashville here. Let's see. So this says from emergency manager, reported at Smith Springs, let's see, recreation area, reported lightning strike to one of the campsites. Okay, so that's obviously, that's another concern with these severe storms is obviously, lightning is a big old concern here. So here's the cell. Like I said, Spencer should be in your shelter here across the central portion of Tennessee. Like I said, this is a tornado warning, basically saying, hey, there has been some rotation that has been detected by radar, and obviously this can lead to eventually a tornado being on the ground here. So as of right now, we're having no word that it's on the ground, which is good news, but like I said, there is rotation above, which does mean that could eventually evolve into a tornado. So obviously, these locations should play it safe here for Spencer, Doyle, directly east here of McMinnville. Okay, so we are watching this here pretty closely. Let's go ahead and double check, take a look here back at the latest velocity scan here. I do want to double check on that here really quickly, actually. So we go ahead and pull back up velocity. Here's the latest scan that's going on. You can actually tell. So there's probably a little bit, it's kind of hard to tell, but there is a bit of maybe some broad rotation, some large rotation directly west of Spencer. So that is where we're watching here. Let's see here. So that is where we're watching here. Let's see. Aqua says, let's see. By the way, anything for Bowling Green, Kentucky? That's where I am currently. So here's the thing, my friend. We take a look here towards Bowling Green, Kentucky. If you actually move on back here to our overall outlook here for today, besides the wind threat, Bowling Green does have the possibility of seeing, obviously maybe some severe storms here. Let's go ahead and see here. Papa Smurf, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Wow, greatly appreciated, my friend. As a long haul truck driver from Ohio, who's gone several weeks at a time, Omaha, Nebraska, a moment. Fan of your channel, deeply appreciate your perseverance in covering storms. Well, Papa Smurf, thank you so much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. That means a lot. Seriously, thank you so much. So Bowling Green, there is a possibility we could see a few severe storms. That's what the dark green area means, is basically saying, hey, a few storms could theoretically happen here. So some of them could be severe, so definitely watch out for that, as it is a possibility. But once again, my friend Papa, thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Let's see here. Let's see. Stormy wants to know, or Stormy says, so there's a tornado warning outside of the 2% tornado risk area for today. So here's the thing. If we take a look here at the overall tornado risk area here, you can actually tell that this is not where the tornado warning is located. So this is actually outside of that 2% chance here. There is really no, tornado threat that's right here across Tennessee, but this is an actual storm that does look like it could develop a tornado. So obviously, that is something that we got to watch out for as a possible tornado. Like I said, right now it's just radar indicated rotation. That's the first step. That's the first step of what usually comes before a tornado being on the ground. First of all, we detect the rotation. Second of all, it evolves and eventually could drop a tornado. So obviously, that is kind of the concern here. Like I said, this is directly just southeast of Nashville, Tennessee. Here's the state of Tennessee. You can see right here. Here's Nashville. It's right here between portions of Chattanooga as well as Nashville. It's basically right between the two sections here. Here's Chattanooga, you can see right here across the south central side. Here's Nashville, kind of just right in between. So that is where we're looking at here. Anyways, let's see. Haley says, how am I feeling today? I'm feeling a little bit okay. I've been feeling a lot better than I have been, but still not 100%. But, it's going to take some time here. Let's see here. Christian says, I have been in Nashville, Tennessee to get to Richmond, Virginia. So like I said, this is directly southeast of Nashville, Tennessee. So we definitely got to watch out for this. Let's see here. Alexander says, we had a few hours of thunderous fun and rain last night, Hopkins County. Anything near back way tonight. So, where is Hopkins? Okay, first of all, Alexander, obviously welcome. Glad to have you here. I do have a question for you. Like I said, I don't have really the time to look this up specifically, so tell me which side of the state it's in, and what state it's, or basically what state it is in, because obviously it'll help out a lot more. But obviously welcome. Glad to have you here, my friend. So, yeah, so like I said, we are watching a active tornado warning, my friends, directly just southeast here of Nashville, Tennessee. So we are watching this here very, very closely. This is, like I said, this is a tornado situation directly here for Spencer. This no longer, I don't think this, yeah, this no longer does include Doyle. I think it's how you pronounce that, Doyle. Whatever town that's, like I said, I'm not perfect with pronunciations, but I think it's Doyle. The area here of Spencer is still under a tornado warning, though. Okay, so obviously they just now updated the polygon here, and I do believe, let me double check on this. This is still, let's see, this is still radar indicator rotation. Yeah, so you can see right here, still is radar indicator rotation. So that's definitely, some good news that has not been confirmed yet. But like I said, just because it has not been confirmed, it does not mean it will, or does not mean it won't go confirmed eventually. So we got to watch out for it. If you're under a tornado warning, you got to respect it. You got to be inside of your shelters until the all clear is given. I'll let you know whenever you're safe to come out of shelter. This has 12 more minutes to go, so we have ourselves basically until 7 o'clock Eastern time before this does get expired here. So we are going to watch out for this. Let's see. Alexander says Dawson Springs, Kentucky, southwest here. So let's go ahead and take a look here in southwestern side here. Like I said, actually for today, there is a severe threat being possible across a lot of Kentucky here for today. Mostly the central and southern edge of Kentucky. It's where the dark green shaded color, I know it's kind of hard to tell the contrast between your light green and dark green, but right in here, this does include you if you are in the southwestern quadrant. So it's a possibility that you could still see maybe a few severe storms here for today. So, but that's what we are looking at, my friends. It does look like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here, right here, directly in portions of Maryland. Let's see what's going on down here. So this is right here towards Pocomoke City here in Snow Hill, directly east of Princess Annie. So this is basically for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. So obviously penny-sized hail, basically, I'm sure you guys know the size of a penny. I'm sure you guys have seen a penny before in your lifetime. That's not classified as severe in the hail spectrum, but 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is, and that's the reason why this is currently warned for the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. So we are going to obviously watch this out here, so we're going to keep an eye on it. There's also a special marine warning in effect here on the eastern coast, obviously for the boaters, as the storm does continue to progress its way here eastward. This could become a hazard for the people out in the water, so obviously that is kind of what we are watching here. Anyways, let's see. Fly on the Wall says, do I think storms will make their way to Charleston, Huntington areas of West Virginia for tonight? So that's actually a good question. So here's the thing. So Charleston is not under any severe threat, which is definitely some good news. So you, my friend, are not expected to see any severe storms action for today. A few storms could still happen, though. That's what the light green means, but they're not supposed to be severe. Damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes is not expected to occur for you, which is some good news. Like, obviously, in the severe spectrum, you're not included, which is some good news. Anyways, Alexandra says, I appreciate it, my man. You're very, very welcome. Got you covered, dude. I got all of you guys covered here. Anti says, anything too bad coming with storms in Memphis. So like I said, speaking of what's going on here in Tennessee, like I said, Memphis also does have the severe threat for today. So the areas here of Memphis still got to watch out for it. The local radar view, we'll go ahead and switch on over here really quickly and see what's going on down there. You can kind of see, we might want to switch on back here to reflectivity. But you can kind of see here that we have a lot of scattered action that's going on here towards the Memphis area here. Actually, a set of storms here right here towards Clarksdale and just directly east of Little Rock. It's a pretty nasty looking storm here. It's not severe warned here, which is some good news, but we'll definitely continue watching it here. Here comes an alert coming through on the mic or on the intercom here. So we actually are watching. So a new severe thunderstorm warning I think has just now gotten issued here. Let's see. I think it's for this one right here, directly east of Brattleboro. Let's go ahead and listen to it really quickly. Give it a listen. Kind of muffled, by the way. So sorry about that. Yeah, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning here. I'm trying to listen for what's at. South of Keene. Okay, yep. Pending size hail. So there you go. So once again, yeah, we have ourselves, this is that new warning. So this is the one we're looking at right here. This is what they just now, this is what the alert just came in for. Directly east of Interstate 91 here. Basically, you know, so we got to watch out for this, okay? We got to watch out for this, my friends. This is right here in New Hampshire, right here in southwestern New Hampshire. So that is what we are watching. Let's see here. Jen Rose, sorry, says hi. What's up? Hope you're doing good. K-Day says hello, everyone. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Glad to have you here as well. So this is that new warning we just now seen popped up here. Let's go and take a look here at the local radar view in eastern Massachusetts, actually. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at that and see what's going on here. Switch to KBOX radar. You can obviously tell, yes, like I said, we have this long line of storms. I'll tell you what, I should probably bring up the pin here so I can actually start drawing on the screen for you guys. Anyways, so yeah, you can kind of see this, you know, kind of this long line of storms. This is tracking its way here basically to the east. So eventually this is going to be impacting portions further east and the eastern portions of New Hampshire, obviously moving more into the interior state of Massachusetts as well. So obviously that is what you're going to watch out for here. And like I said, obviously as we are seeing now with this storm here, this is actually, there is some severe characteristics inside of the storm structure here. So obviously that is something we got to watch out for here as well. The main concern is not necessarily hail out of this, but it's more of, that damaging wind threat. Maybe up to 60 miles per hour. That's basically saying, hey, the winds could gust up to 60, not constantly moving at 60. Just means it could get up to 60 at one given point here. So, speaking of which, for the new people who are here, obviously welcome. Glad to have you guys here. There is a tornado warning that we are monitoring here directly southeast of Nashville, Tennessee, that is currently actively going on here at the moment. So that is what we are watching, my friends. So we got to watch out for this here very, very closely. This is a pretty nasty storm we are watching here. So like I said, directly, basically just right here across Spencer, directly south of Doyle here, east of McMinnville. Let's see here. Arlen says, good evening to the Northeast getting hammered, or good evening to all the Northeast is getting hammered again. We are hot and dry, says Arlen. Well, obviously glad to have you here, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, the Northeast is definitely heating up here for today. A bit of severe weather is actively going on here between portions of New Hampshire as well as Massachusetts here. So we are going to continue watching these locations. Let's see. So like I said, areas here right along Interstate 91 is currently getting hit by this storm here. So obviously, so that is what we are watching here. So like I said, for the main concern, it's mostly just those damaging winds here. Hail is not really a big concern out of the storms, in particular here. This is more of that damaging wind concern. So obviously we got to watch out for that here. So just stay safe out there, my friends. Obviously, like I said, obviously severe weather is expected along those boundaries here. We do have a lot of other pop-up severe storms popping off across portions of the central U.S. I just now noticed. We actually have some directly west of Amarillo here. Let's see. So once again, mostly for the hail concern, basically southwest and northwest of Amarillo, we have a little bit of storm action that is ongoing here in the panhandle of Texas. Currently ongoing here at the moment. We do have a damaging wind report coming in here, or a wind gust coming in here. That's been reported up to 66 miles per hour. That's a pretty decent wind gust we're actually monitoring here directly northwest of Amarillo here. So we are watching that. Another set of storms that is going on here at the moment, just directly northeast or in the northeastern quadrant here of New Mexico. This is, so this one's actually for severe hail as well. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail directly east of Roy. Oh gosh, I don't even know how you pronounce that. Directly north of Mosquero. I'm throwing it out there. I think that might be how you pronounce it. But anyways, this is right here directly north of Interstate 40 and east of Interstate 25 here in northeastern New Mexico. So that is what we are watching here. So obviously our main concern right now is this tornado warning we are still monitoring here. Directly north of Chattanooga. This is for areas here of Spencer here in central Tennessee. So we are definitely watching this here very, very closely. So this is right here directly east of Murfreesboro. Can't talk, obviously. So directly east here of I can't talk. I'll just say southeast of Nashville. Okay, this is southeast of Nashville here. Anyways, we have 4 minutes to go left on this, so this is definitely, this is coming down to the wire here where this thing's about to be expired, which is obviously some good news. Let's see here. Hello, new subscriber here says, the Vermonster Richard. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. About a half hour ago, lightning, heavy rain here in Bellow Falls, Vermont. Well, obviously, glad to see that you're okay, and continue to stay safe, my friend, because we are expecting the possibility of maybe some more severe weather for today. Like I said, we are currently seeing that line that's currently kind of digging itself more into the state here of New Hampshire currently, as well as Massachusetts. So we are watching this here pretty closely. So this is something we got to keep our eyes out here for. Let's see here. So that is what we are watching, my friends. Let's see here. Okay, when do I think the severe weather will wake up for Wisconsin? So I can tell you right now, for Wisconsin, we really don't have anything going on here, actually. Tomorrow, we're not expecting anything. Not anytime soon, actually. Over the next 3 days, we're not expecting any severe weather across Wisconsin. So that's actually some good news. It depends on the people. If you like severe weather or not, regardless damage-wise, you're looking pretty good for not seeing anything here for the next 3 days, which is some good news. But anyways, so like I said, guys, we are currently watching, looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning just got issued here, probably replacing this tornado warning here that's about to expire here in 2 minutes. So this is including portions of Interstate 40 between Crossville and Monterey, right here across central portion. This is right here across central, Tennessee. So we are keeping our eyes out here for this here really quickly. We need to continue watching this. Like I said, this is a tornado warning still in effect here across portions of Spencer. So we got to watch out for this. This is a pretty nasty storm we are talking about here. Let's see. So just please be safe out there. Like I said, guys, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. You guys absolutely rock. Consider leaving a like as well. Be greatly appreciated. Helps out the channel, my friends. Thank you all for being here. So please be safe out here. So like I said, this is about to expire here in about 1 minute. So we have 1 minute to go, basically until 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time here. I believe this part of Tennessee is in Eastern Time. So it's about to expire here at 7 o'clock Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. We can obviously tell we have a lot of pop-up storms that's going, kind of going on here across portions of the Tennessee Valley. So this is something we got to continue watching here. Definitely is a, like I just said, this is definitely a pretty, nasty event we're seeing going on here at the moment. So, but like I said, we're watching also this line across the northeast. Okay, so like I said, this is basically a long line of storms that is basically extending all the way from the western side of Massachusetts and moving all the way up, even into portions of southern Maine, actually. So this is kind of moving into portions of southern Maine here. So that is kind of, that is kind of what we are looking at. So please be safe out there, my friends. Like I said, these areas here, let's go and double check. Actually, turn off the Outlook here for 1 second. So these areas here that are in yellow, these are severe thunderstorm watches. This does include portions of southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, portions of the east central side of New York State here, as well as portions of Massachusetts. Actually covering a lot of the state of Massachusetts here, where we are actively seeing this severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm watch that is ongoing here. It does look like it's actually gotten canceled here for a lot of the portions of northern New York State, as well as portions of the northern section here of Vermont, which is some good news. So like you can obviously tell here with the latest scan, you can see how the watch kind of disappears across the north. So obviously we have cancellation of the severe thunderstorm watch across those locations. So that's definitely some good news. But like I said, it still remains in effect for the areas that is still currently indicated here in yellow. So obviously we are still watching that with a group of a few severe thunderstorm warnings. So obviously these yellow boxes that you see here, these are warnings, meaning that severe weather is expected or ongoing. So this is across portions here of Greenfield along Interstate 91. Also another one across portions of Winchester here, Hinsdale, basically directly west here of Jaffrey, and south of Keene. So we are currently watching this now. This is not for hail. Hail's a possibility, but very, very small hail is only expected out of this here. So like I said, obviously, small hail is expected or possible out of this storm here. So it's not supposed to be anything severe in regard to hail, but the damaging winds is what gets this severe here. So obviously we are expecting the possibility of maybe seeing Maybe some damaging winds, maybe up to 60. Like I said, once again, this is not constantly moving at 60. This is what it could get up to at one given point. It could gust up to 60 at one given point here. So obviously, wind gusts is the main concern out of these storms here. So we are going to watch this here very, very, very closely. So continue watching it. Okay, so we have some good news. Tornado warning has now been canceled. Okay, that's no longer in effect here. You can see that that was including portions of Spencer. You're now free to come out of your shelter. However, a severe thunderstorm warning has gotten issued for your location. I would still recommend being indoors until the storm is gone. But yeah, so that is kind of we are looking at here. So stay safe out there, my friends. Like I said, directly east here of Nashville. Currently, we are watching this here now. So let's go ahead and take a look here towards the region. So Spencer, directly east of Sparta. Pleasant Hill is included with this here too. So this is basically directly south of Interstate 40 here. So directly south of Interstate 40 here. So like I said, this is a pretty, like I said, we're obviously starting to see a lot of cluster, storms kind of firing off here across the Tennessee Valley. But that is actively what we are watching here. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to see what this is doing. Obviously, here we go. A lot of flooding still ongoing here across St. Louis. Let's see here. Magnitude of, it says 0 inches, but I don't think that's right, actually. 3.8 inches here, 1.4. Like I said, places here in St. Louis over the last few days have gotten 8 inches of rain that has occurred here. Lots and lots of, lots and lots of flooding has been going on here across the St. Louis area. Like I said, unfortunately, we did actually have a fatality out of this the other day, which was very, very unfortunate. I heard rumors that it was a kid, too, which was very, very sad. So obviously, prayers goes out to their families, everyone who's being affected by the flooding that's ongoing here in St. Louis. Please be safe there, my friends. Seriously. Just please be safe out there. It's very, very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, my friends. So once again, just please be safe out there. So like I said, we are still watching. Actually, it looks like a lot more storms is starting to kind of fire off here directly south of the Louisville metro area here in Kentucky. This is actually relatively close to me, actually. I don't really see anything going on outside, which I can actually tell that the wind's moving a little bit more. But yeah, so that is what you're seeing here. Graham says, when thunder roars, have some s'mores. That's actually pretty funny, not gonna lie. So the actual saying is when thunder roars, go indoors. But Graham, I think I like yours better, honestly. It's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Anyways, let's see. Vivian says I drove through the storm in St. Louis, Missouri today. It was crazy. Unfortunately, I've seen worse, but it was bad. Yeah, very, very sad, my friends. So just please be safe out there. Like I said, obviously have St. Louis in your guys' prayers here, because obviously, lots of flooding, lots of damage. I'm sure has been going on here across these locations. So definitely, please be safe out there. Let's see. Is this a new warning we just now see? I think it's a new warning that just now popped up here for portions of Massachusetts. Let's see. For portions here. Let's see here. For Northampton, portions here of Springfield. This is including portions of Interstate 90 and 91, where they do intersect here. So we are actually seeing a new severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Obviously, some penny-sized hail. So I'm sure that you guys have seen the size. I'm sure you guys have seen a penny before in your lifetime. If you haven't, this is what it looks like. So small hail is possible out of the storm here. Like I said, this is a relatively new warning that has popped up across portions of Massachusetts. So we are definitely continuing to watch this here. Let's see. So that is what we are seeing. Christian wants to know, can I put the Storm Prediction Center outlook for tomorrow for you? So here's the thing. We're going to take a look at that here really quickly. Give it a brief little look here. So once again, okay, the areas here across the dark green and the yellow, these are the locations where we are seeing the possibility of severe weather tomorrow. So once again, across the areas here of the Midwest, the Tennessee Valley, as well as the Mid-Atlantic, could see some more severe weather here for tomorrow. The biggest areas of interest here for tomorrow is Virginia, portions of Maryland, and even portions of Delaware here is included. With the greatest chance here of severe weather. So we'll probably be covering this tomorrow as well. I do plan on being able to cover this tomorrow. So we'll see how that plays out, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that is where we're watching, my friends. So, like I said, the areas here in, the people in central and eastern portions of Massachusetts, also the portions here of New Hampshire on the southeastern side, they got to watch out for this. Okay, this is a pretty nasty storm system we are actively watching here currently. Like I said, this is moving its way towards the coastline. This is not out of the way yet. This is still something that we have got to continue watching here over the next little bit, as we are still watching this here pretty closely. So, my friends, please stay safe out there. Like I said, obviously the main concern with this line is mostly damaging winds, maybe up to 60 could be possible. Hail could happen too. Small hail, not large hail. Small hail could happen, not classified as severe, but obviously it's a possibility. So that is kind of what we are seeing. So, let's see here. Let's see. Vivian says, I'm getting all my weather information from this site, only FYI. Everyone included. TV is horrible. The TV is horrible. Don't go anywhere else but here. Well, thank you so much, Vivian. Greatly appreciate, my friend. Let's go and see here. Colin says, what's for dinner? I don't know. I really don't know. That's not really any of my concerns right now. Because obviously we got some things to do here first. But anyways, once again, my friends, thank you all for joining us here for today. And obviously, stay safe out there. Like I said, obviously we are watching ourselves, some severe weather that is ongoing here currently. We do have ourselves an active severe thunderstorm warning directly southeast of Nashville. Here's Nashville, Tennessee here, right across the central side of the state. Directly east of Sparta. Okay, this is basically directly south of Interstate 40 for areas of Pleasant Hill. This was once a tornado active storm, or a tornado warned storm at one point. Has not, as of what I hear, this has not produced a tornado, but now there's no longer a tornado warning in effect here, which is definitely some good news. If we go back in time here, you can actually see where that red polygon was. That was a tornado warning that was in effect here. Luckily now, it's now canceled here. We just now have a severe thunderstorm warning basically taking its place here. I don't know if they have a tornado possible still on this. Let's see. I don't think that they... Okay, so they did. Actually, you can see right here. So they have a tornado possible tag. So that's basically saying, hey, tornadoes can't quickly develop out of severe storms. So obviously, obviously watch out for that. As like I said, tornadoes can quickly develop out of severe thunderstorms. So it's not a tornado warning. There's no imminent threat of a tornado as of now. But I will tell you, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here for 7 more minutes until 7:15 Eastern time. This will be in effect here. And obviously, like I said, we got to watch out for it. And, obviously we got to watch out for it, guys, and we'll definitely continue watching it. So, but like I said, my friends, please be safe out there. Obviously, if you have any questions, throw them down the chat here. We're going to be here for you guys. We got you all covered with the severe weather coverage here for today. Like I said, we've been here for... we've been here for a little bit, so we're going to continue to give you guys some coverage here for today. So just please be safe out there. It does look like a new severe thunderstorm warning has popped up here across portions of North Carolina, directly west of Roanoke Rapids here. Let's see what's going on down here. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts once again, as well as, obviously, penny-sized hail could be possible once again. So if you guys don't know what the size of penny, or if you don't know what a penny looks like, there you go. This is a little penny. You can see right here. I'm sure you guys have probably seen one in your lifetime, especially if you're from the States. I'm sure you've probably seen them before. So penny-sized hail could happen out of this storm here, directly across the pretty much the north-central, almost northeastern quadrant here of North Carolina. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that got in effect here. We have ourselves basically... so this is in effect here for 35 more minutes, so until, I believe, 7:45 Eastern. Let's go ahead and check on that. Let's see. Until 7:45 Eastern time is whenever this is going to expire here. Let's see here. Aqua says, any hail with the storm moving into Bowling Green now? So let's go ahead and take a look at that here really quickly. We take a look here back towards Bowling Green. We'll go out with the local scan here. Here's Bowling Green, Kentucky, by the way. You can see right here. So we are seeing a storm that is moving its way towards the Bowling Green area here. It does not look like it's not a severe one, but there is something I can do here. There is a special weather statement, so okay, here we go. So basically half-inch hail could be possible out of this. So this is basically just, let's see here, half-inch hail. So half the size of a quarter could be possible. Half-inch hail. I think that it might be dime-size hail, if I'm not mistaken. So expect dime-size hail being possible, slightly smaller than a penny. So that could be a possibility out of the storm here across the Bowling Green area. This is not a severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. This is just a special weather statement that's not classified as severe. So 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and obviously half-inch hail could be possible out of this. So watch out for Bowling Green. It's not a severe storm, so obviously it's nothing to worry about. So I think you're gonna be okay. But obviously you should still be indoors during these storms here. Regardless if the thunderstorm is severe or not, you should be inside. That's obviously the best place because obviously lightning becomes a concern as well, and all that is ongoing here. So, like I said, my friends, we are still watching this line of storms that is currently kicking off here all the way down across portions of the southeast, across portions of Massachusetts, building all the way in to portions here of southern Maine. So we are watching this line of storms. The main concern out of these guys, like I said, is those damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour being possible. So obviously, like I said, there is some small hail that could happen as well, but for the majority of the part, it's mostly for the damaging wind gusts, up to 60. Now, like I said, this is not constantly blowing at 60. This is what the winds could get up to at one given point here. So Colin wants to know about Long Island. So here's the thing, my friend. So Long Island does have the possibility of seeing some storms here for today. A few could be severe. It's a possibility. Right now there is no active warnings in Long Island, which that's definitely some good news. But yeah, so that is kind of what we are looking at here. So, like I said, it's a possibility. Like I said, obviously it's nothing to freak out about, but obviously that is what we are seeing here. So just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the weather here. We'll continue watching it. Like I said, right now the main concern is this line that's kind of kicking off across portions of New Hampshire. It's now moving out of Vermont here, so which is definitely some good news. So honestly, I believe that these back watches here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the storm prediction here really quickly. So the areas here in the yellow, these are actually severe thunderstorm watches. Now, obviously, these areas here on the back side of this line, I have a feeling that these watches are probably gonna be canceled for these locations here relatively soon, because obviously once that nasty line moves through, the environment becomes more stable. Basically, you need unstable air to allow for thunderstorms. It becomes more stable. The opposite. Basically, once it moves through here. So obviously, I believe that the watch is probably gonna be canceled here relatively soon. So we'll definitely continue watching this here. Aqua says, thank you. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, it's lightning I don't like. Yeah. Lightning is really cool. I love lightning, but I don't like how random it is, and I don't like how you can't tell where it's going to strike. That's the scary part about lightning, is you don't know where it's going to end up, and it really does kind of suck here. So I forgot to change it back to my normal cursor, so I was drawing on my screen there. But anyways, so yes, that is what we are watching, my friends. Let's see here. It looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Oklahoma City on the southern edge. Let's see what's going on down here. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Ooh, okay. That's pretty interesting looking. So obviously, I don't know if you guys can see this long line you see here. This is what we call a gust front, or an outflow boundary. Basically, very, very cold air, or cooler air, I should say. I wouldn't say very cold. But it's colder air that was once in the upper atmosphere that got brought down to the surface by these storms here. So these can actually fire off more storms. In some scenarios, they can. So obviously watch out for that. So we have some action that is ongoing across portions of the Oklahoma City area. So definitely watch out for it. Let's see, lightning struck my neighbor's house today. So obviously that's not good. That's definitely not good at all. Is STL Salt Lake, if I'm not mistaken? If I'm not, I don't know. I could be wrong with that. I'm not the best with abbreviations, by the way. But yeah, so like I said, my friends, we have a lot of widespread severe activity that's ongoing here. So like I said, that is kind of what we are watching here. Christian wants me to look at the tropical storm. Okay, so we actually have two tropical storms that's ongoing here. We'll do a brief little update on this. We have Frank, not Fred. We have Tropical Storm Frank here currently clocking in at 60-mile-per-hour sustained winds. It is expected to become a Category 2 here down the line here. So we got to watch out for that here. Okay, St. Louis. Okay, that makes sense here. Like I said, I'm horrible with abbreviations, so we're sorry about that. But we also have ourselves Georgette here. Now, Georgette is still expected to remain a tropical storm here for the next little bit. All these little noodles you see, these are the spaghetti plots. I'm sure you guys have probably seen those. All the main hurricane models, basically just put together here. So But yeah, so we're gonna continue watching these. Like I said, obviously there is no really main concern for areas of land here with these tropical systems in the eastern Pacific, because they're kind of moving away from these areas here, or kind of just kind of riding the side here and keeping its distance. But for the most part, I think we're all right. Abby wants to know what's the weather looking like for New Jersey. So that's actually a good question here. So like I said, across the Northeast for today, New Jersey as a whole does have the possibility of maybe seeing maybe some severe storms could happen. Okay, so obviously watch out for that, as a few storms could happen. So we'll definitely continue watching this here. Like I said, right now actively though, we're seeing these storms across portions of New Hampshire, moving into Massachusetts here. So you can obviously kind of tell right here. So this long line, like I said, this main concern of this line here that we are watching is for damaging wind possibilities here. So that is what we are watching here. So, but like I said, we got to continue monitoring this line here as it does progress its way here to the east. Eventually, this is going to go off into the coastline here. Let's see here. Any word on eastern Kentucky flooding? So actually, let's see here. Let's see what's going on down here. I know that there was some flooding that was ongoing there. It looks like, yeah, there's no flash flood warnings, which is some good news. There's been a lot of flooding that's been going on across like the Ohio Valley and the Midwest here over the last few days. I mean, it's been horrible. It really has been. So like I said, y'all just please be safe out there. All the flooding that's ongoing. Like I said, obviously this rain from these storms does not help. This definitely does not help here. So here's some news. Okay, so that once active tornado warning storm we were watching here, directly east of now Sparta, this is actually no longer severe warning either. So that's actually some good news here. We did have ourselves that severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect here for Spencer, directly east of Sparta. This is luckily no longer in effect here, so obviously it's just now been canceled. We should still watch this storm here because it does have the history of maybe producing some damaging winds. Obviously there has been no reports yet, but like I said, it's still a storm we should probably keep an eye on here because it could recycle. It could maybe prove itself again that maybe maybe a tornado could redevelop out of it. Like I said, right now there is no active warning, so you're safe. Be recommended to stay indoors though. Obviously, as the storm does continue to progress through, be recommended to stay indoors regardless of its severity or not, because lightning is still likely a big factor out of this storm here. So definitely we got to watch out for it. Let's go and see here. My rain gauge is reading 11.79 inches, says Team Kenny, over the past 3 days. That is nuts. That's actually really, really crazy. Like I said, there has been a lot of flooding that's been going on there across portions of St. Louis. It's been pretty nuts. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. Like I said, I've seen some photos, I've seen some videos and stuff like that. It's horrible. Like I said, obviously we had one fatality as well, which is very, very unfortunate. So please just stay safe out there, my friend. It's gonna see almost a foot of rain. Yeah, imagine if that was equivalent into snow. I think for every 1 inch of rain, I think it was 10 inches of snow, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine if that was just snow. Imagine if all of the rain that St. Louis got over the last 3 days, imagine if all of that was snow. Imagine how much that would be, actually. That would be pretty nuts. That would obviously, kind of be another bad situation in its own. And obviously as it melts, probably flooding will be a concern then. But yeah, let's just be thankful that it's also not, I mean, obviously it sucks because it was rain, but obviously, like I said, obviously that would not be good if it was all snow either. That would definitely not be good. Let's see here. Rail Fan says, someone told me that there is a tornado threat in West Virginia. Is that true? So here's the thing, my friend. For today, there is no tornado threat across portions of West Virginia. The only places where tornadoes can possibly happen is across the Northeast. This does include portions of Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, as well as the state here of New York. But yeah, so that is what we are looking at here. So obviously, West Virginia, you're looking pretty good here. Tomorrow, yeah, you're looking good as well. Yeah, so whoever told you that, that is not right. Or at least it has been up. The latest update does not have any tornado threat here for for West Virginia here for today or tomorrow or anytime soon. Anyways, let's go and see. Stell says, how is Georgia looking? So here's going to take a look here down towards Georgia really quickly. We're actually looking pretty good here for today. Possibility of some showers. A few storms could still happen. But in regard to severity, they're not really expected to be severe. Only along the far most northern edge of Georgia is where severe storms could possibly happen. And in close to the outlook area here, severe storms could happen. If you're going to see them, they're most likely going to be across the northern section of the state. But for the most part, you're looking relatively okay here. Tomorrow, a little bit more possibility, a more higher percent chance maybe of severe storms across the north, the northern section here, obviously, of Georgia. It could be a possibility, so we'll watch out for it. Like I said, we'll probably be live here tomorrow as well. Like I said, the biggest concern for severe storms tomorrow is kind of across the areas here of Virginia and two portions of Maryland and Delaware. That's kind of where the severity possibility is the highest for tomorrow. So that is kind of what we're looking at here. But yeah, so that is actually what we are watching here. So let's see, a new severe thunderstorm warning has just now gotten issued here. Let's see, for portions of Leominster, Gardiner, portions of Pepperell. So this is right here across portions. Let's go ahead and look at this here really quickly. So this is right here across portions of Massachusetts, actually. So this is right here towards Fitchburg as well. This does include portions of kind of near Interstate 495. Okay, so this is right here near Interstate 495 here. It's the far eastern side. So like I said, this line of storms is tracking its way eastward. So obviously the main concern out of this is damaging winds here. Another warning has been issued for Springfield, Massachusetts here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. What do I do with my penny? It's around here somewhere. There we go. So obviously, I'm sure you guys have probably seen a penny sometime in your life. If not, this is what a penny looks like. Relatively small hail. Could possibly happen. The main area here where we could maybe see some of that hail is across the area here, pink. Right in there. So that's likely where we are seeing our possible hail. That's not severe hail. The main concern out of this storm here is those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So the winds could get up to 60, obviously. That's considered severe. So obviously we'll watch out for that here as well. So that's kind of the main concern for this line of storms. The main concern for today, as we were watching, was those damaging wind possibilities here. Let's see here. Can I tell me about Dixie Alley? Is it real? Yes, Dixie Alley is real across the southeast. It usually happens in the early months of brand new year, kind of around March. When we start to see a lot of storms, they usually start off in the southeast because we have the warm Gulf of Mexico interacting with all that cold air from the north. Anyways, regardless, yes, Dixie Alley is real for sure. Let's see here. Galax says, is it just me or is there a hook echo on the cell northwest of Spalding, Oklahoma? Just going to double check on that. So I do know, like I said, we have been watching a few active severe thunderstorm warnings here in Oklahoma as well. Let's see. Actually, whoa. Okay, it's actually pretty nasty here. Is this what you're talking about, New Norman, Oklahoma? We're not going to watch these storms here. There is no tornado threat. Actually, they just now popped up a tornado threat here for, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. This is actually for tomorrow. So yeah, there is actually no tornado threat here for today across the Oklahoma region, but still, I mean, look at this guy. This is a pretty nasty storm here towards Lima, east of Bow Legs here, for Wewoka. I think that's how you pronounce that. This one's actually for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So obviously that is that's pretty nasty. So obviously that's kind of clocking in towards hurricane force winds. Is once you move into the 70s, the 75 and higher classified as hurricane force winds. But obviously, so yeah, it is definitely something we gotta watch out for. So yeah, there's a lot of sporadic multicellular action that's ongoing here across portions of the Oklahoma region, kind of towards these central plains here. Is kind of where we are seeing a lot of scattered type storms here. But like I said, the more of the widespread severe storms is expected across the north here, as we have seen a lot of new warnings being issued here. Let's see, we have a warning here for 35 more minutes across portions east of Uniondale. This is in northeastern Pennsylvania, by the way. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail is possible. Once again, out of the storm here. Brian says prayers for St. Louis and Kentucky. That is for sure, my friends. We've seen a lot of flooding across St. Louis here over the last few days. It's been very unfortunate. Tons and tons of flooding here. It's been very, very sad here. Let's see if I can actually pull up Let's see if I can actually pull this up here. I want to go and see if I can find some pictures for you guys of the flooding that's been ongoing here. Here we go. It's been pretty nuts in St. Louis here. Here's a clip here This is not owned by me, by the way, but let's go ahead and switch to my other screen here for a second. So here's what's going on. You can obviously tell, not good. Not good at all. You can see how these cars are kind of relatively, you know, the wheelbase is about halfway underwater. There you go. Here's another view of the flooding. I mean, look at that. That's under a bridge here. I'm pretty sure that might even be a road, too, under there. So that's obviously not good at all. Yeah, look at this one here. This is in Forest Park Parkway in St. Louis. I mean, look at all the flooding. Like I said, nearly a foot of rain has fallen here, which has been pretty daggone nuts. I mean, look at all this. This car is halfway underwater. You know, like I said, obviously this car is halfway underwater. This bus, or whatever you want to call it, this van bus, we call it a van bus, is also halfway underwater as well. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. Absolutely sad. So, guys, please have your prayers out for St. Louis. They've been dealing with a lot. I have a friend that's been in St. Louis, and he's been telling me it's been pretty nuts as well. You can obviously see this is like in the heart of the city, too. And tons and tons of flooding. Let's see. I was filming the flash flood emergency. Yeah, there was a flash flood emergency. I actually remember hearing that, too, as well. But, yeah, it's been pretty daggone nuts here. Here's some more flooding. You know, footage and stuff that's been going on here. It's been nuts. Here we go. This is a sky view of it. Look at all this. So all of that is rainwater from up above. You can actually see that. It's been pretty daggone nuts. So, you know, please just, guys, keep your prayers out for St. Louis and Kentucky. Kentucky's been dealing with a bit of flooding here, too, as well. I'm actually in Kentucky right now, but personally where I'm at, we're okay. We're okay from the flooding. There really hasn't been too much flooding. I've seen a lot worse, but obviously St. Louis got hit the hardest here, which is very, very sad. So obviously, like I said, guys, just keep them in your prayers here for the next little bit as they continue to recover this. So, but yeah, so like I said, we have ourselves, that watch is actually, I think it just got canceled again as well. So like I said, I had a feeling that once that line passed, the watches will be canceled. So there's no longer a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Kingston, Albany, Saratoga Springs. This is in eastern New York State. So obviously that has now been canceled. However, we still have ourselves the severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect here for portions of southern New Hampshire. Okay, so southern New Hampshire as well as portions of Massachusetts. This is getting a lot smaller. Like I said, once we started the live stream here, you can obviously tell, or it actually extended a lot more further north here. So the watch has gotten a lot more smaller, which is definitely some good news. Like I said, once this line moves off, I think that the main concern is mostly going to be over here for the northeast. So we'll be here for a little bit longer, giving you guys a little bit more. You know, a little bit more severe weather coverage here for today. I'm so glad to be able to be here for you guys. So obviously, just thank you all of y'all. I mean, seriously, every single one of you guys. Thank you for being here. You guys rock. You know, thank you for helping out the channel, guys. If you want to, like I said, if you want to stay up to date on the latest information, we usually do a lot of severe weather coverages here. If you want to stay up to date, consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. I'm not telling you to, but consider it. It could save your life. It could help save other people's lives as well. And obviously, if you are enjoying the coverage, leave a like, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you do want to help out the channel, the links are in the description, guys. So thank you all just for being here. You guys absolutely rock here. So, like I said, we're going to keep an eye on this line of storms as it does continue to progress its way here to the east, eventually moving off into the Atlantic here. So that is kind of what we are watching. So, we're going to keep an eye on it. I'm also going to keep on looking at these cells here in central Oklahoma. Like I said, we have been seeing a bit of severe action that's been going on here. Let's switch to KTLX here. This is actually the radar view here this is actually the radar view here in central Oklahoma. It looks like a hurricane eye, doesn't it? If you zoom into it, it looks like a hurricane eye, but this is actually where the radar is. It can't scan this area here. Let's see here. Have I looked at the NAM 3-kilometer model? I have for Virginia tomorrow. It does look like it's pretty interesting here. Yes, I have looked at it earlier here. Actually, when I was looking at trying to get the thumbnail for today's live stream, I actually was looking at it here. I'll actually go ahead and show you guys what we're talking about here. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how it plays out tomorrow, regardless. Let's go ahead and switch back to the NAM model here. So obviously you can see tomorrow we're going to expect to see a lot of multicellular, kind of long line, you know, QLCS storm we're kind of talking about here for tomorrow. So we obviously got to watch out for these storms tomorrow. They could get pretty nasty here, and honestly, in my opinion, the risk could get upgraded to maybe a 3 out of 5. It's a possibility. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying it will. That's that's what I think could happen. Because, like I said, the models have been pretty aggressive here recently. Like I said, we're expecting these storms to happen kind of around the afternoon. Like I said, we are expecting to see these kind of in the early afternoon, late evening hours here, moving through Virginia. So, like I said, tomorrow we are going to be, obviously, like I said, we are going to be watching, the weather here for tomorrow as well. We're going to be doing severe weather coverage, guys. So, like I said, obviously, please be safe there tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on it. And if anything does happen, you guys know that we'll be here for you guys. We always are. And recently, like I said, we have been not really active on the channel. It's because I've been sick and had family and a lot of company. It's been a hectic month. But I'll tell you what, like I said, this coming up month here in August, we are going to be fully at it, my friends. Daily weather updates. We're going to be doing live streams every day, too. Personal forecasts and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. We greatly appreciate it here. So let's see what's going on down here in Oklahoma still. So we have this outflow boundary. Like I said, this long line of, you can see this big old noodle looking line here, directly south of Norman, Oklahoma, south of Oklahoma City. This is what we call a gust front, or basically an outflow boundary. So this is basically cold air that was once way up in the sky that came down to the surface, and it's acting like a mini cold front. Now with cold fronts, obviously, storms can fire off along them. So obviously that's kind of the same scenario that could happen here. Is these lines that we're looking at, this big old noodle that you see here, this is a danger noodle. This guy can actually cause some more severe storms here. So we'll continue watching it here. We'll definitely continue watching this danger noodle of an outflow boundary. What you can expect along the areas here and the conditions is obviously a possibility of seeing some gusty winds. That's what they call them, gust fronts as well. So gust fronts could happen. Obviously, gusty winds could happen. Obviously, like I said, obviously, the cool down can also occur out of this as well. So that is kind of what we're looking at. Let's see. Why am I not using level 2 data? Let's see. I think I am actually using level 2 data, if I'm not mistaken. No, you're right. Yeah, I actually wasn't using level 2 data. I think the reason I turned it on there is because for some reason it was not wanting to work here earlier. That's a lot better. That's actually a lot better here. Yeah, I like the level 2 data a lot better. It's a lot more higher resolution, but you can still see, like I said, obviously this big old noodle that we are watching here of an outflow boundary. So we'll keep on watching this. Like I said, a few of these storms, look at this. This guy right here directly next to Seminole. I don't know if you guys have seen Seminole, or if you've heard of Seminole. A while back, they got a tornado. A long time ago back in Seminole. This is southeast. I mean, literally right on the doorsteps of Seminole here. This is a warned storm here for portions of Lima, east of Bowlegs, for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we're kind of clocking near hurricane force winds being possible out of this. So obviously, that is kind of a concern here. Forecaster Mia says, hello, what's up, Mia? Hope you're doing all right. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have all of you guys here for today. So, like I said, we also got to keep an eye on here on the central U.S. And the crazy part is, though, is that there was really no severe threat for Oklahoma City. I feel like that could have been obviously maintained a little bit better, maybe a little bit more issued to the to the west here, but I think it's relatively okay here for the most part. They do actually have that severe threat in eastern Oklahoma too, so we'll continue watching these storms here too for a little bit. See how see how these do. Let's see here. Severe storm in Nevada. Let's go take a look here at Nevada really quickly. See what's going on down in the south. It does not look like actually anything's going on. Oh, actually, never mind. I see it now. It took me a second to find it. It was kind of hiding in there. Let's see here. Calentee. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter size hail. I believe it's mostly over rural areas, though. It's mostly over non-populated regions. So that's definitely, obviously, some good news. But we'll keep on watching it here. Let's see, outflow boundaries can also cause storm to initiate when they collide. That's absolutely true, because they act like miniature cold fronts, basically. Here we go. New warning just got issued here. Southwest of Louisville. I'd say probably about 20 minutes southwest of Louisville. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that's gotten in effect here directly west of Fort Knox. Pretty nasty, set of storms moving through the, the Kentucky region here. So we definitely got to continue watching this here. So obviously, for areas of New Amsterdam, portions of Bradenburg, Ekron, I think that's how you pronounce that. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that is now in effect here for 25 more minutes, basically until 8 o'clock Eastern. So we have a little bit to go before this does get canceled here. So we're going to continue watching it, and we're going to see basically how this does play out here. So we're going to keep our eyes on it. We're going to see what this is going to do here, regardless. Like I said, we are expecting the possibility of some severe storms. Like I said, obviously here in Bowling Green as well. This is not a severe thunderstorm, but it is a pretty interesting looking cell. We've got to continue watching here as well. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for it, and we'll see. We'll see just how this does play out here. Getting ready to cross over portions of Interstate 65, which, like I said, obviously is. Could slow down traffic, or could cause traffic, I should say. Could slow down vehicles and stuff like that. So obviously that is kind of what we're looking at. So watch out, my friends. Definitely another thing we got to keep an eye on here for. A new warning also in effect for southeastern Pennsylvania. Actually, let's go take a look here towards Philadelphia. Okay, so we got to watch this little line as well. If this thing continues on its trajectory, this thing might actually move into Philadelphia itself. And the main concern with this guy is also damaging winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. Like you said, as you can kind of tell here, if we look at a lot of the radars, you can kind of tell that there's a long line of storms. It's kind of firing all the way from portions of Virginia, even all the way up into portions here, all the way as far north as southern Maine, actually, where this line of storms is. And like I said, this is going to continue moving to the east here over the next few hours. And like I said, obviously, I'd say by 10 o'clock Eastern, around that time, these storms, for the majority of the part, should mostly be out of the region here, which is actually going to be good. But, obviously, once these storms end, we still got to continue watching this possible storms that is ongoing here, across the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley as well, portions of the Midwest. So we definitely got to keep on watching it here. Like I said, we've been watching the areas here across North Carolina as well. West of Interstate 95, the popular Interstate 95 here, basically directly west of Roanoke Rapids for Littleton. This is another severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. Doesn't have much more to go. 8 minutes to go. Mostly just a damaging wind concern here. Possibly of some small hail. Like I said, obviously, penny-sized hail. Very, very small hail could possibly happen out of the storm here. So definitely we got to keep on watching it here. We'll see what this does. But yeah, so that's what we are seeing here. So let's switch to a local radar view here in North Carolina. So yeah, you can kind of see right here towards areas here of Littleton. Likely seeing probably some moderate to heavy rainfall is currently ongoing here. Maybe some gusty winds as well. Like I said, obviously up to 60 miles per hour could happen. Like I said, once again, this is wind gusts. This is what the winds could get up to at one given point. This is not a for sure constant 60 mile per hour winds. This is what the winds could get up to at one given point here. So that's obviously what we are looking at here. But that is what we're talking about. Let's go see. Why does the video's title say tornadoes likely when the tornado chances are garbage? So here's the thing. That is kind of a like I said, obviously this is for extreme damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes likely. It's basically including all of them, not just tornadoes being likely. The tornado chance today is pretty low, but the damaging wind threat is actually quite likely. So that's basically what that's meaning. Also, hail could likely happen as well out of some of these storms. So it's just basically, for all of the criteria here. But yeah, so that is what we are watching, my friends here. Let's see here. Christian says, kind of bad when the storm cells ahead of the line. Very scary. Andrew, my friend from Kentucky. It's pretty crazy because I'm actually here in Kentucky as well. But luckily, I'm actually not in any of the severity here. I'm actually not far away from Louisville, though. Here's the thing. Like I said, I'm actually relatively close here to Louisville, which is obviously, kind of interesting here. I'm probably going to eventually get, going to get some of this moderate rainfall. But that is, kind of what we are watching here. So we'll, but the more of the severe stuff is kind of happening more down towards the south. Like it's obviously towards like Fort Knox and directly south of Louisville. That's kind of where the severe threat begins in Kentucky here. Obviously towards Bowling Green as well. Obviously towards like, Cave City, Horse Cave, Mammoth Cave, whatever you want to call it. Around those regions as well. Interstate 65. Mostly, the majority of Interstate 65 in Kentucky has the severe threat for today. So obviously, if you are traveling north-south along that interstate, you should obviously continue to watch the weather here. So let's get an update here on the latest with this system here. So obviously, like I said, towards Springfield here in Massachusetts, we actually are watching ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Interstate 91 and 90. Across Belchertown, portions of Ware, Palmer as well. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-size hail. Like I said, obviously hail size could get up to pennies, so we'll definitely continue watching this here. The most likely area that would likely see hail is across kind of these darker shaded colors here, kind of right around these locations. So obviously, once you start to see the pops, or once you start to see the pinks start to pop up and stuff like that, that is kind of where hail starts to become more possible up in the atmosphere. So obviously we are watching the possibility of maybe some hail, not severe hail. It's not supposed to be severe. Penny-size hail is not considered severe. It has to be quarter size or larger to be considered severe. So this is a quarter, obviously, and here's the penny. So obviously here's a penny, here's a quarter. So penny-size hail is nothing really to worry about, honestly. So obviously, we'll just keep on watching it. Small hail could happen, but the main concern here is mostly just those damaging winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour being possible. So that is kind of actually what we are watching here. So, but like I said, this whole long line has the potential of producing some damaging winds here. So that is what we are watching here. Let's see here. Rose says, I left for a bit. Did you say there's a tornado threat for northeastern Oklahoma tonight/tomorrow morning? So here's the thing. So northeastern or the eastern side of Oklahoma has a severe threat, but in regard to tornadoes, there is no severe threat for tornadoes tomorrow or today. Obviously, for today or tomorrow, there's no tornado threat for Oklahoma over the next few days, so we're looking pretty good here. But like I said, with that being said, though, does not rule out the chances for damaging winds to occur. Obviously, damaging winds is a possibility here, but that is what we are watching. So, also, yeah, hail's not really a concern here for today or tomorrow. Yeah, so we're looking relatively okay here. So like I said, tornadoes not a concern. The only concern for eastern Oklahoma is obviously that damaging wind possibility here. So kind of similar to what's going on in the northeast. Obviously, like I said, we have the greatest chance of seeing, obviously this damaging winds. Potential here is across the northeastern states. Like I said, obviously from portions of New York State. Like I said, for the most part, I believe that New York State is relatively out of this for the most part. The areas of concern here right now is where the watches are still issued for. This including portions of Massachusetts, obviously in southern portions of New Hampshire. Once this line moves out into the water here, once you get on the back side of this line, usually that's whenever the storm chances decline quickly, because like I said, the atmosphere becomes more stable and stuff like that. Obviously, even unstable conditions, basically for severe weather to kick off. And obviously, this line is taking all of that instability and making the environment stable. So obviously, once you're behind this line, areas here like Vermont actually is pretty much in the safe zone, because for the most part the line has already passed through, the stability is building in to the air, and obviously the severity is going down. But like I said, obviously the people on the eastern side, this does include Boston, by the way. Boston, Massachusetts should watch out for this. Obviously, like I said, this line is approaching the region here, so that is kind of what we are watching. So we'll definitely continue watching it. Let's see here. Raul says, thank you, appreciate it. Very, very welcome, my friend. Got you guys covered. That's what I'm here for, my friends. Like I said, obviously, we are here to give you guys coverage. And I want you guys to stay up to date. I want you guys to be safe here. And that's what we're here for. Like I said, tomorrow, hopefully I'll get to see you guys there as well, because we're going to be live covering tomorrow's event down towards, Virginia area. Like I said, Virginia has a decent chance for tomorrow of seeing some severe weather. So definitely, like I said, definitely is an area we got to watch out here for tomorrow, is across the areas here in Virginia. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for that. So, but let's go ahead and take a look here back at these cells in Oklahoma City. Like I said, we've been watching some action that's been ongoing here. There's actually a new one. Look at this. Northeastern Oklahoma City has a severe thunderstorm warning that's issued for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So yes, this is actually for hail as well. You can kind of see right here towards east of Spencer. Right here where this kind of pinkish, blue color is starting to kind of pop up here. This is the region where hail could be possibly, or this is where the hail could possibly be likely here. Like I said, obviously up to quarter size now, so hail is a little bit bigger. Also, that damaging wind potential is now increased to 70 miles per hour. So once again, this is across the northeastern quadrant, the outskirts of, outskirts of northeastern Oklahoma City. There is this severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here across portions of Nakoma Park, portions of Spencer, as well as obviously Jones as well. So that is kind of what we are looking at. So Like I said, my friends, we got to watch out for these cells too. Very, very large outflow boundary. You can see this big old noodle that's basically going on here from portions of Tuttle all the way over here to portions here kind of directly north of Ada. So basically, this is what we call an outflow boundary or a gust front. These things act as mini cold fronts, and these actually could fire off more storms. They can also bring some gusty conditions, hence their name, gust fronts. Also, like I said, obviously the cooler air could lower the temperature a bit. You can obviously tell a difference once a gust front moves over with those temperatures dropping a bit, and obviously, with the I think there's a slight pressure change as well, but you guys probably wouldn't be able to tell that too much. It's not really a big pressure change, I believe. But yeah, so obviously we got to continue watching this here because this could develop more storms here. We have another warning here actually directly just on the southeastern side of Oklahoma City across portions of Wewoka, portions of Lima, basically east of Bowlegs we've been watching here. This is actually another storm here for the same criteria as the one in northeastern Oklahoma City for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So once again, quarter-size hail could be possible. Expect quarters falling from the sky basically in ice form. Could happen out of the storm here. So that is kind of what we are watching. So obviously keep an eye on it. Also mixing in with those damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 70 miles per hour. You got to think, you probably have some of those hailstones moving maybe nearly 70 miles per hour, which can be kind of a bit concerning, obviously. So we'll definitely need to continue monitoring this here very, very closely. Okay, so that is what we are watching here across the Oklahoma City region here. Let's go and see. There's some action going on here towards the Amarillo region here as well. Kind of in the northwestern quadrant here of the Panhandle of Texas. A lot of multicellular, a lot of multicellular sporadic storms ongoing here. And as you can see, there is a few of them that's actually severe here, east of Hereford. This is directly west of Interstate 27 north-south, basically directly west of Canton. Actually, this does include portions of Canton here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Another warning here, basically north of Interstate 40, northwest of Amarillo here, directly west of Channing. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail as well. So like I said, obviously these areas here, once you start to see the pinks and the blues and the whites start to pop up, these are the locations where we could likely start to see some hail falling underneath, as radar is scanning bigger objects in the atmosphere. So obviously, hail can be quite damaging to crops, obviously. Like I said, this is growing season. Obviously things are growing at this point here. So obviously this can be, bad for, animals outside, obviously crops. But like I said, this is only quarter-size hail. It's only the beginning of the severity of hail. Obviously dents to cars and stuff like that can also occur with some of the hail that's going on here. So obviously keep an eye on it, my friends. And we'll definitely keep on watching this as this does progress its way here. As storm motion is relatively, it looks like northward. If you take a look here at basically you can actually see here over the last few frames, you can actually see that this is actually moving north. It's moving really, really slowly, actually. You can actually tell how it's barely just creeping north here. But obviously this is something we got to watch out for. And this severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, will last for 87 minutes. So we have over an hour of seeing this thing being in the severe warm, just due to how slow it's moving, basically. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that here as well. So let's go and take a look here back at the cell here directly southwest of Louisville. Like I said, directly towards the Louisville metro area and south, we are seeing ourselves a bit of severe weather action that is ongoing here across the region. The areas here of, like I said, obviously towards Fort Knox, just got one round of storms, and they're likely going to see another round of storms here relatively soon here as well. So Louisville, continue watching this. Like I said, obviously there is a severe thunderstorm warning just directly due west of Louisville here. So we are going to continue to watch this here. We are going to definitely continue to watch this, as this could bring some severe characteristics down the line, possibly for the Louisville area. The reason that this is severe is because of those damaging winds here, getting up to 60 miles per hour being possible. So that is actually what we are watching here. So we'll keep an eye on the cell here as well. Like I said, there's a lot of multicellular action that's going on here across the Tennessee-Ohio Valley here. You can see there's a lot of sporadic and lots of multicellular thunderstorms that's ongoing across these locations here. So definitely, guys, we need to keep on watching this here, and we'll see what this is going to do here. Let's see. Megan says, sorry, had to make some eggs. Take my antibiotics. Not feeling good at all. Well, I'm sorry to hear that there, Megan. And obviously, I hope you feel better soon, my friend. Take it easy, my friend. Go lay down and, just feel better. And, but yeah, so like I said, that is what we are watching here. So let's go and move on back here to the northeast. Like I said, this area is here in the yellow boxes that you guys see across portions of Massachusetts and Vermont. New Hampshire, not Vermont. I usually get, this is the only two states I usually get mixed up as Vermont and New Hampshire. Because, I mean, if you look at them, if you flip them back upright, they kind of look similar to one another, in my opinion. They kind of look similar. Anyways, regardless, Vermont is on the left side, New Hampshire's on the right side. So you can kind of see here for southern New Hampshire as well as portions of Massachusetts, we are watching this line of storms that is progressing its way eastward, and this does have the potential of maybe producing some damaging winds, as we are seeing multiple severe thunderstorm warnings that is in effect here, kind of for the Springfield, Massachusetts area here. Obviously, also another warning here for directly northeast of it for portions of Leominster, directly west of Lowell, I think is how you pronounce that. So that is kind of actively what we are watching here. So the areas that does include, this also does include portions of Interstate 90 and 91 inside of this severe thunderstorm warning here towards Springfield. So like I said, obviously this is something we need to continue to watch here. Obviously this does include portions of Palmer as well, Ware, Granby, portions of Belchertown, Holyoke, I think is how you pronounce that, Holyoke. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that here. So obviously we are watching a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. We only have 8 more minutes to go. So basically until 9 o'clock Eastern time is basically when this is going to be expired here. So, sorry, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So obviously this is something we got to continue watching here. So the main concern for this guy, once again, just like a lot of the others, is for those damaging wind gusts. Obviously, like I said, getting up to 60 miles per hour being possible. So that is kind of what we are watching here. Let's see here. Christian wants to know, I'll be able to go live streaming tomorrow. So yeah, we are going to be live tomorrow, my friends, for the severe weather that is set to happen across portions of the mid-Atlantic here. I'll go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. So any location across the dark green and the yellow here that you see, so not the light green, but the dark green and the yellow, that is the possibility of the area we could see some severe storms for tomorrow. Like I said, I've been watching the Virginia region here, Maryland and Delaware. We got to really watch this area here for tomorrow, as some pretty nasty storms are set to fire off here, so we got to continue watching it. We'll be live to cover this here tomorrow afternoon, so definitely, if you are new to the channel, guys, consider hitting that subscribe button, turn post notifications on, that way you guys get notified when we do go live, that way you guys can stay up to date on the latest information, guys, and obviously stay safe. So once again, my friends, just thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here for today. I really do appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, and like I said, if you are enjoying the content, consider leaving a like as well. Be greatly appreciated, my friends, and once again, it's just greatly appreciated. I'm glad to have you guys here for today. So let's see, but that is what we are watching, my friends. Let's go see. Railfan says, how am I listening to the No Weather Radio in the background? So there's a site that I'm actually using, and we're actually watching or listening to a No Weather Radio that's here in New Hampshire, by the way. So if a warning comes through across the New Hampshire area, we'll be able to get it here, which we've already heard one today so far, but that is, that was a little bit ago. Let's see here. In southeastern Wyoming, we have a warning that just now popped up here. At least I'm just now seeing west of Interstate 25. Let's see, directly north of Interstate 80 here. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. For the most part, I believe this is relatively over rural areas here, basically over non-populated regions, which is some good news. Because obviously, for the warnings or for the possibilities that this, this storm could deliver, it most likely won't impact too many human lives, which is obviously some good news here. But like I said, we got to continue watching it, though. They're not actually in any of the severe threat here, I don't think, either. Actually, no, I take that back. Barely. You can see that the latest Storm Prediction Center actually says here that there is a small severe threat being possible, which you can obviously tell. I think this is relatively new. I don't even remember seeing this on the first outlook here. But regardless, like I said, we are expecting severe weather being possible all the way from portions of the Central Plains. You hear, I'll go ahead and circle where we are expecting possible severe weather for today. Kind of around this location here. You can kind of see this big old line here stretching all the way from the Central Plains, moving east through the Tennessee Valley, up to the Mid-Atlantic and into the Northeast here. With the greatest chance of severe storms, the biggest potential and the greatest chance is across the Northeast here. So that is kind of what we are talking about. So like I said, that's what we are currently watching here. And like I said, we are still watching a severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect here across portions of Massachusetts as well as New Hampshire here. So we are going to continue watching this here. Megan wants to know, can you tell me what happened in the past 3 days of St. George, Utah? So yeah, I've been watching there. Been a little bit of thunderstorm activity. A little bit kind of unusual, huh? Definitely has been quite hot there. Let's see, Megan says it was actually very scary. The winds broke my trees. That's definitely not good. That's definitely not good at all. So I'm just glad to see that you're okay though. I'm definitely glad to see that you are fine. But yeah, so we've been dealing with a lot of active storms here, actually across the southwest here recently. Look at this. Speaking of which, we have a tri-state severe thunderstorm warning across portions of California, Nevada, and Arizona, towards portions of Bullhead City, Needles, as well as Lake Havasu City, I think it's how you pronounce that here, along portions of Interstate 40. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail is possible out of this here. So let's go and grab the radar here just directly south of Las Vegas here. Let's see what's going on with this guy. So this is storm motion to the southwest. So this is actually slowly moving southwestward. You can see here. You can wait for it to load here. Wait for it to buffer a little bit. But you can see how it's actually moving down to the southwest. So that is kind of what we are seeing here. So we'll definitely we'll keep on watching. There's a lot of flooding going on here, and a lot of across the southwest as well. As you've heard in the latest news, guys, there's been a lot of flooding, not only across the southwest, but like I said, St. Louis, Missouri got slammed. I mean, absolutely hit hard. You know, it was really sad to see. And like I said, obviously prayers goes out to the families and people who is dealing with it. It's definitely quite unfortunate. My program's about to die. You can see how it's unresponsive, so let me go ahead and restart the program here. But anyways, like I said, obviously, just prayers goes out to the people who got affected by this. It's very unfortunate, guys. And like I said, if you have any questions, if you guys need anything, let me know. I'm always here for you guys. Always know that. And like I said, we are going to continue to be here for you. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be live here as well, covering back on the severe weather across portions of the Mid-Atlantic here for tomorrow. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for that. So let's go ahead and see the latest update, the latest verdict here across the Northeast, areas across portions of Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire, even southern Maine, actually. We are seeing ourselves a line of severe storms kind of towards the Springfield area. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail could be possible for the areas here towards Palmer, Springfield, Holyoke, I think it's how you pronounce that, Ware included. So that is kind of what we are watching here. So that is what we are going to see. We'll definitely keep on watching it just a little bit to the northeast as well. We have ourselves another severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here across portions of Pepperell, portions of Leominster, Littletown Common here as well. According here, also including portions of Interstate 495. Now this storm is still a little bit a ways from 495, but as this thing does continue to project itself here to the east, it will eventually become a problem, possibly down the line for traffic and stuff like that. So we'll watch out for it for sure, my friends. So that is kind of what we are watching here. So, like I said, my friends, please be safe out there, and like I said, just make sure that you guys are staying safe. Let's see. Megan says, "Am I okay?" I did fine with the flooding, if that's what you're talking about. The flooding, I've been absolutely, I've been fine. There's really been no flooding here. We've gotten a lot of rain. We definitely don't need any more rain here. But it's not as bad here. Like I said, I'm directly north of Louisville, here in Kentucky. Let's see here. Jakey says, "Hello, sorry I'm late. I was working on the side of the house, pulling up tall grass." You're good. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing all right there, Jakey. Glad to have you here, my friend. And hope you are staying safe. So, it looks like a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here across portions of western Philadelphia. Actually, it's moving towards the Philadelphia region. That's right. We are watching this here for a little bit. So the areas here in Philadelphia, this does include portions of Interstate 76, 476, 276, and Interstate 95 down the line. Philadelphia should watch out for this because this is a pretty nasty-looking storm here just getting ready to move into the Philadelphia region here. Obviously we got to watch out for this as well. This actually does lead its way down here into portions of Maryland. Actually, Baltimore, Maryland. You can actually see here how this line does cut through and does end up here. So obviously, like I said, this is a pretty decent risk here, stretching all the way from pretty much portions of Virginia all the way up into southern Maine. So it is a pretty decent decent event we're watching here. I am noticing that the wind is picking up a little bit here, so obviously, those storms are getting a bit more closer. Let's see, a rapidly rotating wall cloud reported near Springfield, Massachusetts. Let's see what's going on down here. Let's see, you said it's towards Springfield, Massachusetts? Let's see. Where was Springfield? I know you're around here. So there we go. So here's Springfield. So let's go ahead and grab a close radar here. Let's see if we can pull up anything in rotation. Thank you for reporting that, my friend. Let's go ahead and see. Let's switch to, I think this is the closest radar here in eastern Massachusetts. Let's see what's going on down here. So you said you said in Springfield, right? So obviously, oh yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Ooh, okay, that might be something to watch out for. It could be a possible tornado warning that might get issued here in a little bit. Like you said, so you said a train weather spotter has reported a rotating wall cloud. So I can kind of see where, right here directly towards Longmeadow, directly east of Interstate 91, south of Springfield. Definitely is kind of interesting here. Definitely we got to keep on watching this. Like I said, this could eventually go tornado warn here. And like I said, it would not be surprising because this location is actually included with that 20th right here for today. So definitely keep on watching it, guys. We'll see how this plays out here. Like I said, there is still a severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect here across portions of Massachusetts and portions of southern New Hampshire here. I mean, look at this. We have a lot of wind reports coming through here. Let's just see. Trees blown down. Let's see here. Top of shed. Many branches scattered from storm estimated by radar. So yeah, we are seeing a lot of multiple trees being reported down here. Several trees. So like I said, that's kind of the big concern. That's kind of the main concern of what's going on with this line here, is the fact that basically damaging winds is kind of the main area where we are concerned about here. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Like I said, this whole line, like I said, do not be surprised if severe weather does pop up anywhere out of this line here. It's like I said, this is a pretty nasty line of storms moving through the northeast here. Like I said, obviously damaging winds could be possible, causing some trees to get shot down and stuff like that. So obviously not good. Anyways, let's see. April says, thank you for coming on live today. You have a great stream, very informative. Well, you're very, very welcome, April. Glad to be here, my friend, and you're very, very welcome. Like I said, we're going to be live here tomorrow as well. Not exactly sure what time yet, but we'll see once the severe weather kicks off tomorrow. I will definitely be live here for you guys again tomorrow to give you guys coverage on it. I understand, like I said, severe weather's been pretty crazy over the last few days, and like I said, unfortunately, I haven't been able to cover much of it because, like I said, I just recently got over COVID and stuff like that, which sucked, but I'm feeling a lot better now than I was, that's for sure. So I'm just glad I'm able to be back here. I'm glad that we're finally back on track and able to give you guys coverage and stuff like that, so definitely glad about that. So let's go and see here. So moving on back here towards Oklahoma City, we are still watching a pretty nasty storm on the eastern side, across portions here of Luther, portions here of Choctaw, I think that's how you pronounce that here as well, Jones included, Hera as well. So this is including portions of Interstate 44, although the cell is relatively just south of Interstate 44. Storm motion is kind of moving to the northeast here. So that is kind of what we are watching here. So here's the thing about this storm, though. What we are expecting out of this is obviously some quarter-size hail, so hail the size of quarters could be possible. So watch out for that. But here's actually the worst part about it, is that we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 70 miles per hour. That's kind of clocking up, maybe even towards, like I said, getting near hurricane force winds could be possible. Like I said, obviously, like I said, once you kind of reach into the 75 criteria and higher, that is where obviously you start to get into hurricane force winds here. But like I said, this is not constant wind gusts. I want to go ahead and remind you guys that this is actually just basically just pretty much just what the winds could get up to at one given point here. Silver says, can I download the app that you're using? You can, but it does cost money. It's $25 a month, by the way. Like I said, it's WSB3 if you guys are interested in it. It's a pretty cool program. I just like to use it because it's really good for graphics-wise, and obviously it's good to, point out some things with. So here we go. So like I said, we are still watching, a lot of cell action that is ongoing here across Oklahoma. Along the central side here, you can actually still see where this is happening. You can obviously still tell how this big old line, this is what we call a gust front, or an outflow boundary. It's basically, they act like mini cold fronts, actually. So obviously, like I said, obviously these can produce more storms. These lines can actually fire off more storms here. So that is kind of what we are watching here. Let's see. Haley says, "Thank you for being live today. I can't wait to watch your live stream tomorrow. I hope you stay long like today, my friend." Well, obviously, Haley, you're very, very welcome, and you're very, very welcome, and I'm glad to see that you are here, my friend. It goes to all of you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us here for today, and obviously, thank you guys for supporting the channel. You guys absolutely rock. You guys are the best. Just, thank you guys for being a part of this here. You guys just always know that you are the best here. Let's see. Okay, so we got some good news. Actually, there's no more severe warnings in the Northeast. However, let's go ahead and take a look here back at this line here really quickly, though. Just because there's nothing right now does not mean that nothing can fire off here. So that one warning that was in effect here across portions of Springfield is actually no longer in effect. Some good news. Like I said, the watch, though, this severe thunderstorm watch, indicated here in the yellow boxes, is still in effect here across portions of Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire here. Like I said, the main concern out of this whole line of storms is those damaging winds. Obviously, we could expect maybe some damaging winds to occur across these locations here. So obviously in southern Maine, portions here of obviously southern New Hampshire and Massachusetts, these are the locations where we could see maybe some damaging wind gusts, maybe some small hail as well. But like I said, hail, not really the big concern here. The main concern is what the winds could do. Obviously, the winds could get up to maybe near, like I said, obviously maybe up to near 60, 70 miles per hour in some of these storms here. So we'll definitely keep on watching this, guys. But we'll continue watching it, my friends. Let's see here. Whitney says, "Praise for the affected areas and science is what saves us." That is for sure, my friend. Let's see. Megan says, "I'm going to get dinner. Stay strong, everyone." Sounds good, my friend. Let's see here. Susan says, "Thank you for giving us a heads up when needed." You're very, very welcome, my friend. Like I said, guys, it's what we're here for. All we care about, guys, is just to make sure that you guys are up to date, staying safe, and like I said, that's all we've been about. That's all we'll ever be about. It's just making sure that you guys are staying up to date and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see here. Can I send you a velocity table or color table for WSB3 on Discord because the vault one is bad? Yes, please do that. Like I said, if you guys do want to join our Discord as well, all of that stuff is in the description. We also have our cool merch if you guys do want to check that out. Just saying right now, if you guys do not know about it, all of it is in the description. If you guys do want to check that out, help out the channel. Just you guys being alone is seriously, thank you, greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. And like I said, if you guys are enjoying it, consider leaving a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. Greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. So thank you all for hanging out with us for today. Patrice says, "What about Williamstown, Kentucky?" So like I said, I don't know exactly where. I remember seeing Williamstown before, actually, now that I think about it. I don't remember. I think it was on like the far northern or southern edge here. I forgot where Williamstown was. But anyways, you should know where you are at here on the map. So the only areas here that we are not expecting any severe storms to potentially happen today across Kentucky is the northern edge, being Louisville, Lexington, Moorhead. You can kind of see right around in these light green shaded colors. This is where we are expecting maybe some storms to happen, but they're not supposed to be severe. The severe storms are possible, though, across the south, including the major areas here, like towards like Bowling Green and Somerset, Elizabethtown. These locations here in central and southern Kentucky has the possibility of maybe seeing some severe weather. Could be possible. It could happen, honestly. But that is kind of what we are looking at here. So that is what we are watching. So yeah, so that is what we are seeing here. So stay safe there, my friend. Like I said, if you have any further questions, hit me up, guys. We got you guys covered here. So let's see. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, so like I said, we needed to watch Philadelphia there for a while, and now they have actually issued a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. So this does include portion of Interstate 95 near Philadelphia between Wilmington and Philadelphia. This is an active severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The winds could get up to 60. Like I said, this does not mean it's going to be constantly going at 60. It just means that the winds could get up to 60 miles per hour at one given point here. So obviously, 60 mile per hour wind gusts, as well as actually penny-sized hail as well, could be a possibility. So that is kind of what we are watching. So we'll definitely keep an eye on these cells here. Like I said, Philadelphia, you should watch this. It'd be recommended to go indoors, with the storm here, because this is, this thing's actually likely causing some winds. Obviously, like I said, we have had some, wind damage actually has been reported from this line a little bit ago. So obviously watch out, because it does have the history of maybe knocking down some trees and stuff like that. So obviously we'll continue watching this here. Like I said, this line actually goes all the way down into portions of Virginia through Baltimore and the Washington D.C. area. Let's go and grab KLWX here. Let's go and grab the local radar. You can kind of see how it kind of ends right here towards Fauquier County, cuts right through Prince William and into Fairfax here. Obviously moving into D.C. region and moving all the way up to Baltimore and so on. So like I said, this is kind of another line. Like I said, we are just seeing a long line that is ongoing here, all the way from southern Maine. Like I said, all the way from southern Maine, all the way down here to portions of northern Virginia, across the region there. Let's see, Will says, thanks so much for all the updates. You're very, very welcome. Anything in Indianapolis? So let's go and take a look here really quickly towards Indianapolis. So here's the thing, my friend. For today, no severe weather is expected. Looking pretty good. Tomorrow, you're not expecting really anything at all. Today, it's possible that you could see a few showers. Could happen. But for the most part, you're relatively okay. No severe weather is expected for you, my friend. Now, for day 3, basically here for, let's see, for Saturday, I believe, if today's Thursday, so this week for Saturday. Over the next several days, my friends, you're actually looking relatively good there, Will, for seeing anything. So you are looking relatively fine. No severe weather is expected. Let's see here. Megan says, is 244.77 okay in Virginia? So I remember where that was at, you said, right here, kind of towards in the Rocky, or not the Rocky, the Blue Ridge area. So here's the thing. For tomorrow, whatever family you have there, give them a heads up. Let them know that severe storms could happen tomorrow. The models are looking pretty aggressive with the possibility of tomorrow's storms. So like I said, we are going to be covering the storms here for tomorrow as well. Like I said, I'm not exactly what time we're going to be going live. But like I said, once these storms really start to fire off here, then expect us to go live, guys, because obviously we can give you guys more coverage with these storms as well. But yeah, so that is kind of what we are watching here. So yeah, but that is what we're watching. So Megan, tell your family to be safe tomorrow. Like I said, obviously here for tomorrow, we are seeing a pretty widespread threat for severe weather being possible across the entire state of Virginia, actually. The more towards the central and eastern side of Virginia you go for tomorrow, the more potentially severe it could get. This also does linger into portions of Maryland and Delaware as well. So that is kind of what we are watching here. So let's see. April says we had an EF2 tornado here in Wyoming County in western New York today. Wow, very rare for this area. Stayed on the ground for 10 miles. It was 10 football fields wide, according to local 10 News. Wow, 5 football fields? That's kind of interesting here. So they already did like analysis and stuff and already confirmed it. EF2. So that was today, you said, right? That's pretty crazy. Let's see. Stormy says, how is northeastern or northeast/North Carolina or northeast/North Central Arkansas looking tonight? I got a roommate who'll be driving home late from work. So, Stormy, glad to have you here again, my friend. Long time no see. So here's the thing. So across the areas here of central and northern Arkansas, there is the possibility we could still see some severe weather here for tomorrow. Now for today, same thing. Same thing for today and tomorrow. It's a possibility we could actually see maybe some severe weather being possible across the Arkansas region here. So tell your friend to be safe or your roommate to be safe here. Right now, currently, you said kind of like the northeastern, north central. So I'm kind of guessing near Searcy. There's really nothing happening right now in Arkansas. So as of right now, you're looking relatively okay for now. But like I said, there is a risk here for today. So just keeping your eye out for it. And we'll see what it does here. But that is what we are actively seeing, my friends. Let's see. So we have ourselves, let's go and take a look here back at Oklahoma City. Severe thunderstorm warning still in effect here for 16 more minutes. We have until 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central here. On the eastern skirts here of Oklahoma City, a 70 mile per hour wind gust warning has been in place here, obviously for quarter size hail as well. So obviously hail up to the size of quarters could happen. You can see here obviously quarter size hail could be a possibility, as well as obviously winds getting up to maybe 70 miles per hour could happen as well. So obviously that is kind of a big concern here. So watch out for the storm here. Like I said, there's a lot of sporadic, a lot of multi-cellular thunderstorms that is ongoing across the Oklahoma City region here. So it is definitely something to watch out here for over the next little bit. So like I said, my friends, just stay safe out there. And like I said, obviously, if you have any questions, guys, let me know. We're here for you. Always know that. It's the reason we're live here, so make sure you guys stay up to date and stuff like that. We care about you. We care about your all safety and stuff like that. So just once again, just thank you guys for hanging out with us for today, and thank you for just being part of this, guys. Greatly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm not telling you to. I'm not saying if you want to, consider it, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. Like I said, guys, it really help out the channel. Obviously, this will help us be able to reach out to more people. Obviously, the more people we can reach out to, the more potential lives we can save here. So once again, guys, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated, my friends. And so just thank you for being here. Let's see here. Sarah says, just looked at the damage from Wyoming City, New York. Tornado online confirmed by National Weather Service. Yikes. That's what we were seeing. So it was pretty crazy there, Sarah. So obviously, like I said, I hope everyone's okay. Do you guys know if there's been any reports of injuries or anything on that? I really haven't heard much about that for today, actually. But like I said, obviously, I hope that everyone's okay. That is, that's definitely very unfortunate. Hopefully, everyone says, or hopefully, everyone stayed okay there. Let's see here. Hype says, is there any severe storms approaching the Philadelphia or Philly area? So, here's the thing, my friend. So, across the region here, if we take a look here towards the Philadelphia region, like I said, obviously we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Philadelphia. So, it would be recommended to go indoors. Like I said, obviously this is a severe thunderstorm warning, being possible for maybe 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Like I said, the winds could get up to 60 miles per hour. Obviously, maybe some hail up to the size of pennies could happen as well, but that is kind of actively what we are watching here. So definitely keep an eye on it, my friends, and we'll see what this is going to do here. So we'll keep on watching it. Let's see here. Will says, I see Will's message that I got deleted by Nightbot. Sorry about that, Will. Will says hit the like button, guys. Like I said, if you are new, greatly appreciate if you are enjoying the live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Be greatly appreciated, my friends. Let's see here. Is Arkansas in the clear tonight? We finally got some rain today. So, Johnny, here's the thing. Like I said, we were looking at Arkansas here just a moment ago. If we take a look here back at the overall outlook, across the central and northern side, there is still a severe threat for possible severe storms here. So, we've got to continue watching this, my friends. So, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. We'll continue watching this. Like I said, severe storms could still happen. But like I said, as of right now, we're not really watching anything that's really ongoing here in Arkansas. So, as of right now, we're looking relatively okay here. Let's see, Megan with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Megan says, love for those affected by the tornado in Wyoming. So it was in Wyoming County, New York, by the way. But Megan, thank you so much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. It means a lot to me. Thank you absolutely so much for helping us out. Let's see here. But yeah, so let's go see. Hype says, okay, thanks. I'm just outside of that severe thunderstorm warning. Well, stay safe, my friends. Please be safe out there. William says, been watching your channel for a few weeks. Well, William, thank you for being a part of the channel. Greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Johnny says, all right, thank you so much, man. You're very welcome, guys. And like I said, that's what we're here for. We're going to be live tomorrow as well, by the way. We're going to be live here for tomorrow to give you guys coverage on the severe weather and stuff like that. So be aware. Like I said, we're going to be live here tomorrow. So turn on post notifications. If you know anyone across the Mid-Atlantic region, like Virginia, give them a heads up here tonight or tomorrow morning before the storms does hit. And like I said, if you want to, consider sharing this with your friends and family. If they are across the location, like I said, we cover the entire states here, by the way. So obviously, like I said, guys, it'd be greatly appreciated. You guys are the best here. But yeah, let's see here. Will says, sorry, Nightbot deleted the message. Let's see, any question in Evansville. So Will, where is Evansville at? I need to know more description on that, my friend. Let's see. Megan says, oh no, I feel dumb now. Megan, you're good. Like I said, it's Wyoming County, New York, by the way. Hype says, I was in that tornado emergency from the Mosilla Hill, New Jersey tornado. That's definitely not good. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, being in a tornado emergency is actually definitely not something you really want to deal with here. And like I said, right now there's no active tornado warnings, which is obviously some good news. But yeah, let's see. Will says Indiana. Okay, here we go. So let's go and take a look here. You said for let's see. You said for Evansville. Okay, so here's Evansville. So here's the thing, my friend, for tonight. Okay, so you are theoretically inside of a severe threat. You know, possibility of a few storms could happen. Some could be severe, but for the most part, my friend, you're relatively. I think you're relatively gonna be okay for the most part here. Tomorrow, we're not expecting really any severe storms to happen, or for Saturday either. So watch out for a few storms. Some could be severe. It's possible. It's definitely a possibility, but you know, just keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Yeah, but once again, my friends, thank you all so much for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you guys for helping out the channel. You guys are the best here. Let's see here. Kate wants to know, not far from Springfield, how is the Thompson, Connecticut area? I think that's what you're talking about. So here's the thing. So I want to prepare if needed. So here's the thing, my friends. Like I said, across the Northeast, we got to watch out for it. Now, the main concerns for right now. You said obviously with Connecticut. So the main concerns we are watching here for right now is basically across portions of Massachusetts. So pretty much just north of you. So obviously the areas here in Massachusetts, obviously southern New Hampshire. This is kind of where we have this severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect here. Now here's the thing. Across portions of Connecticut in the Northeast, obviously, you know, these locations here as well, has got to watch out for this line. Like I said, this line is a pretty... pretty decent storm system we are watching here, and this thing has been known to produce some damaging winds and stuff like that. So obviously, that is kind of a concern here. Here's the thing: several trees down have been reported out of this line here from a lot of different places here. So lots and lots of different places have been reported here. So we've been seeing a lot of trees down from this line, and like I said, this can still continue to do so over the next few hours here. Like I said, obviously, I kind of expect this whole line to be out of the region kind of around by 10 or so. Moving into the waters here, I'd say probably around about 10 Eastern. Definitely before midnight, I would definitely believe so. So obviously, like I said, we're going to be here for a while. We're going to continue to give you guys, the coverage and stuff like that. We're going to continue to give you guys the updates that's much needed here. And like I said, just know we're going to be here for you guys, and we got you covered. So, once again, for my friends here in Philadelphia region in Pennsylvania, we do have ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. Currently ongoing here. This does include portions of Interstate 95. So Interstate 95 between portions of Elkton as well as all the way up towards portions near Bristol. Definitely watch out for the storm that's getting ready to hit Interstate 95. Expect the traffic to slow down, or expect traffic to increase, and cars to start to slow down and stuff like that, because poor visibilities could be a possible concern. Basically here, out of the storm here, obviously with heavy rainfall, the visibility's dropping could occur. Obviously some gusty winds as well, maybe up to 60 miles per hour can, obviously cause, some, high profile vehicles, like trucks, to probably start swerving and stuff like that, because, obviously winds hitting a solid trailer, flat trailer like that can obviously cause, kind of the move all over the place here. It depends on it, especially if it's unloaded too. That's the thing. But anyways, yeah, so like I said, we have ourselves the storm that is approaching Philadelphia now. Let's see if I can find any cameras. Actually, be pretty cool here. Let's see if I can pull up a camera. Live cameras. Let's see. If I can here we go. Philadelphia live camera here. This is pretty cool. So we have ourselves the live camera feed. Hopefully it works here. Okay, my friends. So here we go. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the other scan here, or my other screen here really quickly. So here's what's going on in Philadelphia here. So you can obviously tell the sky is a lot darker. You can see, I think that's actually a shelf cloud back there. So obviously here is the heart of Philadelphia. You can obviously tell that those clouds are building in here. So definitely continue watching it here. Will says I have to go eat, but thank you so much for the updates for yours, or thank you so much for the updates. You're saving lives. Well, Will, you're very, very welcome. All of you guys are very, very welcome. That's what I'm here for, my friends. Kate says, hi, Johnny. Okay, let's see here. Hype says, I am near Lindenwood. Well, Hype, stay safe there, my friend. So, okay, we're going to keep on checking back on this camera, by the way, my friends. Let's go ahead and turn on the... I should have just done that a long time ago, honestly. Yeah, I really should have done that a long time ago. But, yeah. So, as you can obviously tell, my friends, there is a lot of... you can obviously see there's clouds building in back here. Some pretty nasty-looking clouds here. So, obviously, we'll keep on watching it. Like I said, here's the storm that's reaching Philadelphia right now. It's a pretty nasty cluster of storms that is ongoing here at the moment. So definitely is definitely is quite interesting here. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Like I said, the stretch is all the way from Northern Virginia, by the way, all the way up here and kind of split in half into portions here of the Northeast, Massachusetts and New Hampshire and stuff. But that is kind of what we are watching here. So let's see here. Corny says, I'm in Worcester, Massachusetts. Love storms, but end up getting anything wild, or never end up getting anything wild. Any luck? Haha, new to the channel. Well, obviously, thank you so much for subscribing. Greatly appreciated, my friend. So here's the thing. So you want to know about Massachusetts. So here's the thing, my friend. Like I said, there is a severe thunderstorm watch. That's what basically the yellow means. So we are watching out for the possibility of maybe a few strong to severe storms could happen. Regardless of where you're at here in Massachusetts, if you look at the latest radar view, you can actually see how a lot of these locations are going to be getting hit by this line of storms here. So obviously, it looks like there is kind of a break here between areas here towards Worcester and Rutland. The main concerns here, like I said, the nastiest storms here in Massachusetts, it's kind of across, just now moving east of Springfield towards Southbridge here. Now, like I said, obviously the areas here are Boston, near Boston, Massachusetts, should probably continue watching this here. So that is, something we got to continue to see here. As this thing could definitely kick back up in strength here. You can obviously see how it kind of weakens a little bit. And if it continues on its easterly trajectory like this, Boston won't get as severe as, say, Springfield did. But we'll continue seeing this. But anyways, so watch out for it, my friend. Stay safe there, Corny. I think it's how you pronounce your name. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm horrible with names, by the way. But obviously, just stay safe out there. Let's see here. Miss Nana says, I'm on the southeastern MA and the sky is dark. Well, South Massachusetts and the sky is dark. Well, stay safe there, my friend. Like I said, we're now looking here at the Philadelphia camera. If we go ahead and switch on back here, the clouds are definitely darkening up here. Things are definitely starting to kind of heat up here. You can obviously tell right now things are looking relatively calm. It's calm before the storm. You can see by the flag how the winds are moving. The winds do look like they are starting to kind of pick up here by the motion of the flags and stuff like that. So obviously, so that is something we are watching. So definitely, we're going to keep an eye on this camera here. So once the storm does pass by here, it'll be here relatively any time soon. Then we'll definitely, keep an eye on this camera. Maybe we can see some lightning and stuff like that. We'll see how that plays out. But anyways, yeah, so that is what we are watching. Like I said, here's the storm moving towards Philadelphia here. So if we take a look here back down towards Philadelphia here. This is the active storm. We'll go ahead and grab a closer radar, get a better scan going on in here. Here's the cell that's getting ready to move in. So this is actually a pretty nasty looking cell here. So areas here of Chester, portions of Philadelphia, Gloucester City, I think I pronounced that here, portions of Palmyra, Swedesboro, as well as Wilmington. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning, which basically means, hey, a pretty strong storm is expected to impact your local area. So if you are across these locations, it would be advised that you would go indoors because obviously, lightning could be a possible concern. And in this case, damaging winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour, could indeed happen. So obviously, that is kind of what we are talking about. So my friends, please stay safe there. Angel wants to know what's going on in Garwood, New Jersey. So here's the thing. About New Jersey, there is actually a severe threat here for today. If you take a look here at today's outlook, you can actually tell anywhere in New Jersey there is either dark green or yellow going on. Like I said, obviously the dark green and the yellow does signify that a few storms could be possible for today. So you, my friend Angel, definitely look out for possibility of some storms here for today, especially as we are still continuing to watch this line move its way eastward. Like I said, obviously right now it's getting ready to cross through Philadelphia. Those clouds are definitely rolling in here very, very rapidly here. Look at them now. So these clouds are definitely getting pretty nasty. So just a minute ago, you guys didn't see it, but I did actually see a lightning strike here that did occur on the camera. It wasn't like a solid lightning strike, but it was a flash of light basically happening in the distance. So obviously we got to keep on watching this. And we'll probably see some lightning, actually probably some pretty good lightning, maybe even hit those buildings in the distance if, once the storm does get pretty close here. But obviously as of right now, it's the calm before the storm. We're going to keep on watching this camera here. Like I said, this is directly in the heart of Philadelphia here currently, so definitely something to watch out for. Let's see here. Angel says, thank you very much. You're very, very welcome, my friend. Got you covered. So yeah, we're just going to keep our eye on this. we're going to see how this does play out here. Because like I said, Philadelphia is closing in, or this storm is closing in on Philadelphia here currently. So obviously this is something that we got to keep our eyes out here for. So also areas here, like I said, of Chester, Wilmington down here, portions here of Swedesboro, Woodbury, Gloucester City. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Kester actually. These regions here towards Philadelphia. Got to watch out for this storm here. It's a pretty nasty looking system we are currently watching here too. So we're going to keep our eyes on this. I'll tell you what, we're going to actually activate live scan here, so we can actually get ourselves some good products coming through here, so we can get like the latest information here with the radar. So, but yeah. So it does look like, let's see here, they just now updated the polygon. So here's the thing. So areas here of Westchester is no longer inside of the severe thunderstorm warning here. The latest information, you can see how they just now updated the polygon here. So Westchester, no longer in this. The line has already passed through you. And like I said, once you're on the left-hand side of these lines, that's where the stability starts to build back in. That's when the atmosphere becomes more stable and thunderstorms have a harder time forming. Now, if you're on the eastern side of this line, or next to the line, obviously, this is something we got to watch out for, as storms could still be possible. So, here's the thing. This region here, in this sense, across these areas here, this still has thunderstorm potential inside of this area here I just drew. Now, on this side, this does not really have any more thunderstorm potential, because like I said, there's a lot of instability here, and there's a lot of stability over here. So, obviously, the storm is kind of taking and using all that energy as it's progressing eastward. So that is kind of what we are watching here. So that is actively what is going on here at the moment. It does look like we have some special marine warnings here for portions of the Chesapeake Bay, long portions of eastern Prince William County and Fairfax County here in Northern Virginia. Also for Washington, D.C., we have ourselves a special marine warning. Basically, just giving the people, the boaters out there in the Chesapeake, giving them a heads up, saying, hey, obviously watch out for conditions as they could worsen as some pretty strong storms is approaching the locations here. Okay, I just saw another lightning flash here, so let's go ahead and take a look here really quickly. Once again, back at our live camera here in Philadelphia. Like I said, obviously the sky is darkening quite a bit here currently. Let's see here. Anna says, anything for Florida? That is actually a really good question here. So here's the thing. Without switching cameras, I'm going to say right now, for today, we're not expecting any severe storms here for Florida. Tomorrow either. And for Saturday, no, we're not really expecting any severe thunderstorms to occur. Now, obviously with Florida, typical thunderstorms, typical daily thunderstorms can still occur over the next 3 days. But in regard to severity, in regard to being damaging winds, hail, or tornadoes, we're not expecting anything along the severe standards for Florida over the next several days here. So, okay, so it does look like those winds are starting to kind of pick up here, as indicated by these flags here. So use those as a good motion vector. These are definitely good to watch out for. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for these, or at least keep our eye out for this, my friends. Because, like I said, obviously, things are definitely heating up here. Things are definitely heating up here at the moment. So, new severe thunderstorm warning has just now gotten issued here across portions of eastern Tennessee. Here currently, basically directly west of Interstate 75, directly south of Interstate 40. Actually, Interstate 40 being affected here between Crossville and Harriman currently at the moment. So, areas of Spring City, directly west here of Sweetwater, west here of Loudoun, portions directly west of Leonore City. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here for 42 more minutes. Basically, I believe until, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be in effect until, so watch out for possible wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. So expect winds to maybe get up to 60. Obviously, some hail could be a possibility as well. Now, here's the thing. With the hail, I'm trying to find where I put my penny. Anyways, I don't know where I put my penny, but anyways. So, penny-sized hail could be possible out of the storm here as well. Once again, this is right here across portions of kind of the east-central side here of Tennessee, directly southwest of Knoxville. So that is a new warning that has just now popped up here. Like I said, until 9:15 is whenever this does expire here. So, once again, look how the more you pan to the left-hand side of the screen, look how much more darker it is getting. So obviously this storm is definitely rolling in here. See how much more lighter blue it is over here versus like over here. The storm's getting close. It's right here on the sides of Philadelphia here. Just says if you guys were interested to know, it's currently 90 degrees also in Philadelphia here at the moment. So that is that is kind of what we are watching here. So just please be on the lookout, my friends. Please keep on watching this. If you continue watching this line, you can actually see just how fast it's moving actually. So yeah, the storm is definitely moving in here. Like I said, I've seen some lightning flashes. It's already happened here. I'm just waiting for one to pop up here on the screen. But definitely keep your eyes out for these storms here, and we're gonna sit here. We're gonna keep on hopping back and forth between the radar view and the live camera, because that'll we can actually see what is going on radar's perspective and actually in reality here. So, like I said, this is just now really starting to kind of approach on the western side of Philadelphia here. So it's getting close. There's lightning right there. I don't know if you guys just saw that. So. Like I said, things are definitely heating up here at the moment. So, here's what's currently going on here at the radar view. Like I said, here's Philadelphia where our camera is located. A severe thunderstorm warning is in place across Philadelphia. Interstate areas here of 495, areas of 295, 76, and Interstate 95 is included with this severe thunderstorm warning. Now, like I said, the main concern out of this storm is the damaging wind potential. It could get up to 60 miles per hour, so obviously some damage to trees, obviously power lines and stuff like that could happen. Just to let you guys know, just give you guys a heads up here. So that is kind of actively what we are watching here. So let's see. Anna says, "Yep, that's Florida for you." LOL. But thank you. You're amazing. Also, I just joined your Discord. Well, thank you so much, Anna. Greatly appreciate it, and you're very, very welcome. That's what I'm here for, my friend. Silver says, "Anything going on in Southern Ontario, Canada?" So Silver. Like I said, we don't really cover Canada, by the way. We usually just cover the states because a lot of my equipment I use does not cover Canada, so we usually just cover the United States here. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on here towards Philadelphia. Like I said, obviously this line of storms is getting closer. It's definitely approaching near, and this is a pretty nasty looking side of storm here we are watching here. So, let's go ahead and switch on back here. Here's the live camera. We're getting ready to get hit by this storm here in Philadelphia. You can obviously tell that the winds are indeed still picking up here. The American flag is definitely blowing pretty good here now. So we are going to keep on watching this. This dude down here should probably get to a safe spot because he's about to get drenched. All of these people here should probably consider, hiding somewhere or getting into a safe spot because obviously, like I said, severe thunderstorm warnings is indeed in place here. And so obviously, this is kind of interesting here. If we actually zoom in here towards the upper section of where the storm is located here, we can actually zoom in here. You can actually tell just how much more darker the clouds do get the more you pan on the left-hand side. So obviously that is, actively what we are watching here. So we'll continue watching it. We're going to keep our eyes out for it. Anyways, let's go ahead and see here. Karen says, "Hi, Andrew. For the folks in Eastern Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, my husband was born in Floyd County, Kentucky. He's telling me stories about floods." Well, glad to have you here, Karen. Glad to have you back. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see here. Let's go and see. Is Columbus, Ohio going to get any storms tonight? That was actually a really good question here. So here's the thing. Across Columbus, really quickly, let's go and pan on really quickly because we're getting ready to get hit by the storm here in Philadelphia. In Columbus, we're not expecting any severe storms. Possibility of a shower or two could happen. But for the most part, you're relatively okay, my friend. You're not really expecting any severe weather to occur. So, did not mean to go on the Be Right Back screen because we're not doing that. I meant to go on the screen here. So we're going to continue watching this. We're going to keep our eyes out for this. Like I said, wow, that had to have been a close strike. Did you see how that lit up the sides of the buildings and stuff? That is nuts. And I love how no one's on the sidewalks now anymore. That's pretty funny. So yeah, that's good to see that people are actually taking precautions here with this warning. Because like I said, this is a pretty nasty storm that's getting ready to hit here. Look how much grayer the clouds are on the left-hand side of the screen. So obviously, this is something we got to continue to keep an eye on here. Like I said, that had to have been a really close strike, just considering how bright that was. You can see how it lit up the side of that building. If you rewind it back, you can see how it lit up the side of that building there. That was actually pretty nuts. So, who knows? Maybe we'll actually see some actual bolts of lightning here relatively soon. And maybe, just maybe, actually hit some of these buildings here. So obviously is pretty crazy. So, let's see. Hype says, "I just realized all these storms going through Philly are coming towards me." Well, Hype, stay safe, my friend. If you have any questions, let me know. I got you guys covered here. That's what I'm here for, guys. I want you all to stay safe and keep up to date and stuff like that. We got you guys covered here. We're here for you guys. We're going to continue to be here for y'all. So just stay safe out there. And so, like I said, Philadelphia is getting ready to get slammed here. If we take a look here back at the main screen, my friends, you can see here on the radar view, here's Philadelphia. You're getting close. You're right here, is right on the skirts here of Philadelphia currently, getting ready to hit these sides here. You can actually see how low level these clouds are actually hanging. Look at this now. Watch the camera. You can see how it's actually shaking a little bit. Those winds are indeed picking up. You can tell by the trees that are starting to blow around here now. If we zoom in, yeah, just look how much the camera is starting to shake here. So obviously things are heating up here, my friends. We're gonna keep on watching this here. Definitely is a pretty interesting situation we are starting to see unfold here. Yeah, for the people who are on the sidewalks, sir, you walking your dog and stuff like that is probably not a good thing to be doing right now. I mean, you can barely see it, but there was actually 2 people walking a dog here. Now is probably not the best time to do so, because obviously, for obvious reasons, Philadelphia is about to get slammed here. There's another lightning strike right there you just now saw, just above the buildings on the left-hand side. So that is kind of what we are watching. So you can see, I believe this is actually a shelf cloud we are watching here. It's basically a low-level cloud here. It stacks usually. But yeah, so it is something to definitely keep an eye on here for. Like I said, the winds are picking up here for sure. I mean, look at this. Look how much it's actually starting to kind of, pick up here. Obviously, people are picking up their pace, which might be for the good of them. Obviously, like I said, look at the flags. Definitely is quite moving here, which is definitely quite crazy here. Rodney says, hello, new subscriber here. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Doing some great coverage. Greatly appreciated, Ronnie. Thank you Rodney, sorry. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Let's see here. Anna says the wind. Yeah, the wind is actually getting quite nasty, that's for sure. So definitely we're going to keep on watching this here. Like I said, Philadelphia, you're getting ready to get slammed here, obviously, right about relatively soon here. So, and like I said, here's the radar view. I'll go ahead and bring it over to the screen here really quickly. You can actually see how Philadelphia is right on the line. It is literally right on the line here. So, and obviously the winds are picking up here. Like I said, this is a severe thunderstorm warning too for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, obviously being a possibility. Also for penny-sized hail. I mean, look how much this camera is starting to shake here. I mean, it just goes to show you, just what's getting ready to happen. The storm really hasn't even hit yet. This is just what's happening before the storm right now. So obviously these winds are picking up. Pretty close lightning strike, and people are starting to run. You can tell people are starting to kind of get their pace picked up here. So definitely pretty good. Yeah, these people got to run. These people have really got to run out here. Definitely is, getting pretty nasty. Like I said, there's been a lot of close strikes here. We've started to see. You can actually see now how it's starting to rain. You see that? Now it's starting to rain here in Philadelphia in central portion. So, like I said, right now is the beginning of the storm here in central Philadelphia here in Pennsylvania. So, it's a pretty nasty looking storm. I'm not gonna lie with you. Things are absolutely heating up here, my friends. So, like I said, if you know anyone across Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, give them a heads up. Let them know what is going on here. Like I said, obviously, continue. Let them know what's going on here. Like I said, obviously, things are indeed heating up here. So that we're going to keep on watching this. Look at it now. Look at these flags now. And look how fast they are moving. I mean, look how much the camera is still shaking. Whoa, that had to have been a close strike. Yeah, that really got the jolting people. Now people are... it's funny. As bad as that is, it is kind of funny. So obviously, hopefully they stay safe out there. That was definitely pretty crazy. That had to have been a really close strike here. I mean, you saw how bright that got against the side of the buildings there. I mean, look at the rainwater now. Look at this. Look at what's going on here on the roadways. I mean, look how crazy the wind is going down here now. Absolutely nuts. So you can see how it's just kind of blowing sideways against the... pretty much against the sides here of the roads. I mean, this is pretty nasty. You got these people who just kind of, just walking fast, I should say. But obviously, like I said, obviously this is getting pretty nasty. This is actually quite a pretty nasty looking storm here. Like I said, here's Philadelphia here currently. You can see here's the radar view in Philadelphia. You can actually see how this is now moving into, pretty much the heart of Philadelphia. That's kind of where we are watching this here currently. So we're definitely keeping our eyes out for it right now here. So definitely continue to watch this. So we're going to keep our eyes and see if anything, or keep our eyes on this camera and see if anything does happen with this. Like I said, obviously these people here, those are some very, very close strikes. I wish there was audio. with these cameras I could look at. That would actually be a lot cooler. Anyways, regardless, I mean, it's getting pretty nasty here. Yeah, you got still some people that is still, you know, walking fast and jogging and stuff like that. I mean, even watch these, like, you know, these building tops. I mean, these things are also lightning attractors too. They have some like antennas. Like, this would be a prime area to get struck here too. So obviously, you know, watch out for possible lightning here too. Anyways, let's go ahead and see, guys, some more comments coming through here. I think the power's flickering off on and off here. I'm near Louisville, by the way, so we actually are getting some storms here near the region. But anyways, let's see here. Anything going on here in Connecticut? So like I said, for Connecticut, I'm not going to switch the screens here, but there is a possibility of some storms, so stay safe there in Connecticut as well. It's definitely a possibility, so watch out for a few storms here. As of right now, there is no active warnings in Connecticut, so you're looking relatively okay as of right now. But still, keep your eyes out for it. Like I said, a few storms could still happen. That was another close strike here. So definitely keep on watching this, guys, very, very closely. Let's see, is this going to hit Dover, Delaware? So like I said, Delaware is also possibility could see some out of this. Like I said, obviously for tomorrow, Delaware has a bigger potential here, you know, across the region here for tomorrow. So keep an eye out for Delaware here for tomorrow. I'll go ahead and take a look here really quickly just to show you really quick. So here's Dover, Delaware. You have a line of storms that's getting ready to move through here in a little bit. These are not currently severe, you know, for the land areas here. For the waters, they do have active special marine warnings here, but for Dover, Delaware, there is no actual severe thunderstorm warning here for you, my friend. So obviously, you're good for right now. Just keep an eye on it, okay? So just keep an eye on the weather there. I will mention tomorrow, though. Tomorrow, there's another decent threat here. Actually, probably a pretty decent, you know, a bigger threat here for tomorrow, severe weather being possible. So definitely watch out for it. Let's see here. But yeah, so that is that's what we are watching. Team Zipper says, could I keep an eye on Tennessee? I didn't see that, but I saw it was very bright. Was that actually a bolt? Did you guys see that? Wait, I'm bringing up the replay here. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this up here. I don't know if that was an actual, like, bolt or not. That was ridiculous. Okay, I don't think it was a bolt. I think I'm just mistaken here. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Tennessee really quickly. I'm going to keep the camera on here for a little bit. So there is only one severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. I can go to show you really quickly. Across Tennessee, currently at the moment, here's eastern Tennessee, here directly southwest of Knoxville. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here across portions of Spring City, portions of Harriman, portions of Rockwood as well. So this is also including portions of Interstate 40. So here's the thing. So obviously the main concern out of the one severe thunderstorm warning here in Tennessee is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail being a possible concern here as well. So like I said, you guys know the size of a penny. At least I hope you guys do. I'm sure you guys have probably seen a penny sometime in your life. If not, this is what a penny is. This is what a United States penny is. And obviously this is about the size of hail we can expect both from this storm here in Philadelphia, also from the storm we were just talking about here in Tennessee here. But that's the only active warning that is currently in Tennessee here at the moment, here going on right now. So that is what we are seeing. So yeah, obviously we are still seeing a lot of lightning activity that is ongoing here down in the central area here of Philadelphia. It's definitely quite an interesting storm we are actually watching here currently. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out here for it really quickly. So I'll tell you what, my friends, let's go ahead and switch on back here really quickly, back to the main radar here for 1 second. So like I said, Philadelphia is now obviously getting hit. You can obviously tell this is a very long line stretching all the way from northern Virginia, stretching all the way up here into portions of kind of just right here cutting off right at the New Jersey area. So that is kind of actively what we are watching here. So like I said, this is Philadelphia. This is where we are currently watching this live camera here currently. So obviously, you know, this is what we are seeing here currently. So y'all just please be safe. You know, make sure that you guys are, if you are under any warning, make sure that you take precaution. Make sure that you go indoors. With any thunderstorm, regardless of its severity or not, if there's lightning, you should be inside, by the way, because obviously lightning is very, very unpredictable. You don't know where it's going to strike until it's already too late. So obviously, lightning is a big concern here, especially with these storms. As you can obviously tell, they're very, very energetic. They're very, very charged storms we are currently watching here. If we zoom back in here on the road, you can still tell that there's obviously a decent amount of rainwater that's being washed up here on the roads here, due to a quick amount of rainfall that's currently setting in across the region here. But that is we are watching here. So let's see here. Brian says, I have a friend that lives in Connecticut. Well, hopefully they stay safe there, Brian. Give them a heads up. Let them know that severe weather is possible here for today. Like I said, it's not. Like I said, it's a possibility. We'll see how that plays out, though. William says, what causes lightning to flash like that? So it's basically a built-up energy. Obviously obviously it's built-up energy basically from friction up in the atmosphere. So if, for example, rain droplets, basically, ice crystals up in the atmosphere, they rub against each other, creating a static charge, and it has to neutralize itself by, it has to get rid of the energy somehow. So it builds up a positive charge in the cloud, and obviously the ground is negative, and so it strikes the ground obviously, and that's how it releases its energy because it grounds itself. But anyway, so that is what we are watching, or that's basically how that does work. I don't know. That's basically just how that works though. Anyways, let's see here. What radar app do I use, or do I use? I know others use Radar Omega. So this is actually WSV3. This, like I said, this is a program that's $25 a month I use for the channel. Because obviously it has great graphics. I love using it for, obviously giving good examples of, what is going on here. Speaking of which, if you guys did not know, we actually are watching the tropics here in the Eastern Pacific as well. We have 2 tropical storms, but for the most part, as a quick little summary, they're not really expected to do too much to areas of land here. As you can obviously see, the cones are well far off away from areas of land. So honestly, we're looking relatively okay here. But like I said, Philadelphia, this is kind of what we're watching out for here now, is these lines of storms that's currently happening here at the moment. So, but yeah, so that is what we are seeing here. Brian says, okay, thank you. You're very, very welcome, Brian. Like I said, obviously, hopefully he stays safe, okay? All of you guys out there, please stay safe with these storms here. I mean, like I said, these are some pretty interesting storms we are watching here. Like I said, obviously for the most part, like I said, for the most part, it looks like, Philadelphia is right now probably in the worst than it's going to get right now. Right now it's probably at the worst. And obviously we still have some pretty decent visibility, as you can obviously tell. So it's not absolutely catastrophic. It looks like the wind has definitely died down a lot. I mean, look, the flags are barely moving at all now. Obviously, lightning is still, a continuous thing that's going on here. And obviously, you can still see that. I mean, the roadways are definitely soaked here at this point. So definitely, watch out for that, my friends. So the main concern at this point now is mostly just, the lightning concern here. So it would still be recommended to stay indoors, with this here currently. So that is what we are talking about. So, but like I said, so my friends, just please definitely be safe here. William says, being special needs, middle-aged adult, it was definitely the best explanation I've ever heard. Well, thank you. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, definitely, there is still a lot of close lightning that is still ongoing here. So, but like I said, these storms are going to continue for probably the next several hours here. These things are going to continue for a while. I'm actually hearing thunder outside right now at my place. Let me actually check my radar really quickly. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I don't think you guys probably hear. Can you all hear that? I don't know if you can. Very, very faint. I mean, it's not really loud, but I'm actually, like I said, I'm right here towards Louisville. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing some of that thunder that's currently going on here in Louisville. So obviously, yeah. So I'm probably about to get hit by a thunderstorm here relatively soon. So you guys, if the stream somehow cuts out, you guys know what happened. Obviously, like I said, we are tracking this here. Here's a report coming from D.C. of a 43-mile-per-hour wind gust that has been reported here. Let's see here. A 43-mile-per-hour wind gust has been reported here in D.C. But that is, that's pretty crazy here. So, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and switch on back here to the radar view, my friends. Take a look here back at the current, obviously, like I said, take a look here back at the current, event that's going on here. Like I said, we still have ourselves a severe thunderstorm watch here, indicated in the yellow. We'll go ahead and remove the outlook here. So if you are in the yellow box here across portions of Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire, this is what we call a severe thunderstorm watch, saying, hey, severe weather could be possible. Some severe storms could be possible, and in this case, mostly damaging winds is the concern. So obviously, that is kind of what we are expecting. So obviously, damaging winds is kind of the main concern here, out of the watch zone here across the areas here, like I said, New Hampshire as well as Massachusetts. And given over the next few hours, this storm is starting to move its way off and into the ocean area here. So obviously, this is going to continue progressing relatively eastward. Here's another thing. We do have ourselves another severe thunderstorm warning here in basically northwestern Texas. 21 minutes to go here on this severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here directly northwest of Amarillo, southwest of Dalhart. They honestly might extend this warning here, because you can obviously tell this area here in the dark red, kind of the pinkish and blue kind of colors, this is where we are seeing our worst part of the storm. Obviously where those damaging winds are likely at, maybe where some hail is also included. So eventually it could be a possibility that the National Weather Service in Amarillo might actually extend this warning, maybe a little bit more further this way. It's possible. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility, because it looks like the worst of the storm is actually kind of pushing out of the active polygon that we do have here, that's currently in effect here. So, like I said, we've been watching a lot of pretty nasty storms going on here in actually towards the Oklahoma City region as well. You can see a lot of multi-cellular thunderstorms that is ongoing here just south and east. Look at this guy right here, directly on the eastern side of Oklahoma City towards Wellston, portions of Sparks and Chandler. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is possible out of these storms here. So obviously now we're starting to talk potential, obviously some potential damaging winds, maybe even up to near hurricane force. So that's obviously kind of a bit interesting here. So obviously, please be safe out there. This is including portions of Interstate 44. They just now updated that. So it no longer includes Wellston, Wellston. So that's definitely some good news there. So let's take a look here back at Philadelphia. Let's see what's going on down here in the central U.S., or in the central area here of Philadelphia, like I was saying. Obviously, conditions do appear to be improving, which is definitely some great news. The winds are definitely still blowing here. You can still tell. Not as crazy as they were. People are starting to come out back on the streets again. Still, some people are jogging relatively fast, as you can obviously still tell. But for the most part, the conditions are definitely improving. But like I said, there is still a bit of lightning that is still ongoing here across Philadelphia too. Because obviously, like I said, the storm is still progressing. And obviously, like I said, lightning can strike pretty far distance away from the actual thunderstorm itself. I believe it's like 15 miles or something like that, 10 or 15 miles. And like I said, no matter if you can hear thunder or not, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. So obviously, if you hear thunder, it'd be recommended to go indoors, because obviously that is where you want to be, away from the outside. These people on the sidewalks and stuff like that, they're taking a pretty big risk by actually doing this. I don't know if you guys have seen that flicker or not. So like I said, once again, guys, if the stream does cut out here, I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm about to get hit by a thunderstorm here, what it seems like. So obviously, hopefully the power does not go out or anything like that. So, but like I said, my friends, please stay safe out there. If it does cut out, that would call it for today. But if it does cut out, guys, just please stay safe out there, okay? Make sure that you guys are staying up to date on the latest information. Like I said, obviously, you know that we're going to be here for you guys 100% of the way here. And you know that we guys are going to be supporting you 100%. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be live here as well. We are expecting some pretty nasty storms to actually occur across portions of Virginia here for tomorrow as well. So we're kind of shifting from the northeast down back again to the mid-Atlantic region. So for tomorrow, we're definitely going to be live again for you guys. I'm not exactly sure what time we're going to be going live tomorrow, but you'll definitely, if you guys are new channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And by the way, I see the people who are subscribing. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciated. But like I said, my friends, obviously, like I said, turn on post notifications if you guys want to stay up to date on the latest information. Obviously, that way you guys can stay up to date. And, if there's any severe weather near you, you guys can obviously, keep up to date with that. But here you go. So here, like I said, here's Philadelphia. Things are looking a little bit better. For the most part, the rain is starting to die down. The winds have, kind of picked up a little bit more. But for the most part, like I said, Philadelphia is kind of in improving conditions here, which is definitely some good news. But like I said, this is now getting ready to start moving its way into the New Jersey areas. You can actually see right here. This whole line of storms, like I said, extends all the way from around the D.C. metro area, all the way up into portions here of getting close to New Jersey. And so areas of Mount Holly, New Jersey, I mean, you're a pretty decent area, or the pretty popular area here, Mount Holly, off Interstate 295. We are actually watching this here pretty closely. Like I said, this is definitely probably going to cause some travel impacts. Honestly, it could definitely cause some impacts here. So let's go ahead and switch to velocity here, actually, because there is something I want to look at. So obviously we can tell, okay, there's really no rotation that's ongoing here. Reason I was wondering is because it kind of looks like we have a little bit of a hook. You can kind of see that, how it kind of hooks up like that. In that latest scan, you just now saw updated, which was kind of interesting. But it's good to check velocity. If you see something like that on radar, if you see like a hook like that, it's always good to check velocity, look for rotation, which can ultimately lead to tornadic conditions. Which obviously in this case, we're looking all right here. Let's see, why are these storms producing so much destruction lately? Obviously, it's basically just the interaction between the cold air and the upper atmosphere and the warm air at the surface. It's been so daggone hot lately. Lots of warm and moisture-filled air been driving up from the Gulf of Mexico. Been feeling a lot of storms recently. And obviously, like I said, I don't expect that to go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, it's been a pretty stormy year so far. 2022 has definitely been a pretty stormy year. Also, 2020 was as well. In regard to hurricanes, 2020 actually took the cake for the most active season. But anyways, besides the point, like I said, obviously that's just the interaction between the warm and the cold air here, coming up from the north and coming down from the south and stuff like that. But that is that's basically why all that's happening here. Like I said, obviously we are expecting some more severe weather here for tomorrow, which I'll go ahead and give you guys a little preview here of what we can expect for possibility of tomorrow. So anywhere inside of the dark green, and especially the yellow locations, this is where a severe threat could exist, or this is where the severe threat does exist here. So severe weather could be possible across areas here of Arkansas, Missouri, the Tennessee, Kentucky area, Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic is kind of where we are expecting the possibility of the most severe weather. Like I said, obviously the yellow area here being central, eastern, and northern Virginia. Obviously portions here of Maryland and Delaware as well. This is where there is actually a pretty decent severe threat here for tomorrow. So we're going to continue watching this here tomorrow. Like I said, we are going to be live in order to cover this here for tomorrow, so we'll definitely keep our eyes out for it. Like I said, once again, I'm not exactly sure what time we are going to go live, but I will, like I said, I will definitely let you guys know. And obviously, if you guys are subscribed, if you have turned post notifications on, you guys should be able to get the latest notifications whenever we do go live. So that way, whenever we do, you guys can instantly get notified and you guys can stay up to date here. So here's some good news. For this severe thunderstorm warning that was in Philadelphia is actually no longer in effect here. They just now canceled it, which is definitely some good news. However, this is still a pretty strong storm, as we are still actually seeing here. And like I said, this is going to continue to progress its way down here to the east over the next several hours here. So we are going to, like I said, we just got to, we'll keep an eye on it. But like I said, guys, I think that we're relatively going to end the live stream here relatively soon. We've been live here for quite a while. We've been live here for about 2.5 hours. So I'm just definitely glad to be able to give you guys coverage here for today. I just want to go ahead and say once again, thank to all of you guys for helping us out, for today with the channel. Greatly appreciated, my friends. If you are new, guys, consider hitting that subscribe button. Greatly appreciated, not only for you guys, but obviously it helps the YouTube algorithm. Obviously it helps, get the word out there, and obviously the more we can help out, the more potential lives we can save here. So once again, guys, we greatly appreciate it. And if you guys do enjoy what we do, if you guys do want to help us out, we have our links in the description. We also have our Discord down there as well. If you guys do want to join our Discord, it's definitely in there, so you guys can definitely check that. So let's go and take a look here back at Philly. Let's see what's going on down here currently. So obviously the sky is still quite gray. I mean, obviously it is turning nighttime for one, but it does look like, for the most part, it's actually relatively improving. A lot of the conditions are definitely improving. It does not look like it's raining as hard. You can still see how it is raining here on the sidewalks, obviously, and on the road systems here. But obviously, like I said, we got to keep our eyes on this. And like I said, obviously a little bit of lightning is still ongoing. Not as active as it was, though. But that is actually what we are watching. So let's go move on back here. what time is this hitting Oklahoma City? So that's actually a good question. So here's the thing about Oklahoma City. We've actually been seeing ourselves a decent amount of severe activity that's been ongoing here. Decent amount of activity that's been going on here towards the Oklahoma City region. There's kind of a lot of multi-cellular thunderstorms, a lot of, basically a lot of groups of storms is ongoing here, a lot of multi-cell thunderstorms. Now, for the thing for Oklahoma City, for the heart of Oklahoma City, there's just cells to your east and just to your south here. But for the most part, honestly, these guys are they're very slowly moving. If they continue to live, just keep an eye on these storms here. As of right now, this one is severe actually for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and actually nickel-size hail in this case. So I can actually bring out the nickel here. So here's a nickel, slightly a little bit larger than a penny, coming in about 0.88 inches here. So obviously, penny-size hails for the majority of these storms here, but nickel-size hails for this guy right here in southwest or just southwest of Oklahoma City here. So obviously, so that is kind of what we are seeing with this one individual storm here. So give it a few hours. I say give it an hour or two, and the storm should, probably mostly be moving away from the Oklahoma City area. But like I said, as of right now, there's a lot of sporadic activity that is ongoing. So it's kind of an on-off event that could potentially happen there. So that is what we are seeing. Let's see. Christian says it is thundering in Kentucky. Yes, it sure is. I can confirm on that one. Let's see here. Haley says, where am I at? I am here in Louisville. Actually, right here directly north of Louisville in Kentucky here. Let's see here. Is the one in Chandler going to dissipate before it hits the Tulsa area? So, depends on which one you're looking. Is it this we're looking at? You said Tulsa. Oh, no, Tulsa. I guess you're talking about this one down here. So here's the thing. So like I said, for Chandler, we actually were watching. This is actually a pretty nasty storm, by the way. They actually have this thing warned for Chandler for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so the winds could get up to 70, which is quite destructive, if you ask me. So obviously, prepare for the worst. It's better to be more over-prepared than under-prepared. So in this case, in Chandler and Sparks, I would definitely recommend going to your safe spot, away from windows. You don't want to be near windows. Recommended to go into the interior portion just for your guys' safety. Obviously, like I said, this is some pretty nasty winds, okay? So obviously, be prepared for it. But yeah, so that is definitely something to definitely keep an eye out for. So watch out for those damaging winds. Obviously, lightning and possible hail. Look at this. They actually updated the risk here to 1.25 inch, which is actually half dollar size hail. Yeah, my mind's all over the place here. Anyways, but yeah, half dollar size hail. So that is what we are talking about. So half dollar size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Obviously being a concern, and obviously a lightning. So this is a pretty nasty storm. This is a pretty considerable storm we're actually watching here. Let's see here. But like I said, my friends, just stay safe out there. And like I said, if you have any questions, guys, throw them down in the chat. We got you all covered here. That is what we are for. It looks like a new warning has just now gotten issued for Tennessee here. Let's go take a look here down in the southeast. It looks like directly northeast of Chattanooga here, directly north of Cleveland, right here in the eastern side of Tennessee. This is this is a storm we've been watching here for a little bit towards Decatur, portions of Dayton, as well as Middle Valley here. So this is actually a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Obviously, like I said, penny-size hail, relatively small hail. That's not considered severe for the hail side, but the only reason this is severe is because of those damaging wind gusts. So that is definitely what we are watching out for. Let's see, OGs, thank you for the update. Appreciate you. You're very, very welcome. Got you covered, my friend. Let's see, Christian says, can I cover the severe weather? That's what we're doing, actually. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to be covering tomorrow's severe weather as well, by the way. So yeah, just watch out for that, my friend. But like I said, my friends, here's actually a new warning just now popped up here in portions of, let's see, this is in New Jersey. New warning just now popped up in New Jersey. Let's see what this is actually for. That looks like a hook. Okay, so like, if you see a signature like this, it would not hurt, like I said, this would not hurt to check velocity on. And that's what we're going to do here right now. So if we take a look here back at velocity really quickly. Okay, there's really nothing going on here, which is good news, but it's definitely good to check it. If you see like a little hook like this is definitely, obviously, obviously, like I said, this is something that we got to watch out for. If you see any signature like this, it means you got to look at velocity, because obviously that's what we are looking at. So, any tornado confirmed? Andrew says, Christian, yes, there has been some confirmed tornadoes for today. Brian says, I tried calling, no luck, Andrew, or NWM6. But yeah, so there has actually been a few. There has actually been a few tornadoes that has been reported today. Like I said, there has been an EF2 in Wyoming County, New York today. which apparently was, I think it tracked for 10 miles, I heard. That's what I heard anyways, which is, pretty interesting here. But yeah, so that's what we are seeing, my friend. We just got an update on the severe thunderstorm watch. They just now canceled it for Massachusetts, that you can actually see here. So for Springfield, Worcester, Gardner, Lowell, portions of Boston, there is no longer any severe thunderstorm watches in effect here. However, the only watch that's still in effect here is for the southern area here of, obviously the southern area here of New Hampshire. This is where that severe thunderstorm watch still remains in effect here for a little bit to go. This actually remains in effect here. Let's see at what time. 7 o'clock Pacific, so that would have been, let's see, 8 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Central, and 10 o'clock Eastern. So I tell you what, we're going to be live until this watch gets canceled, okay? So that's my commitment here right now. So once this, once this yellow box gets, get rid of, once the severe threat diminishes across southern New Hampshire, then that's when we're going to head off here for tonight. Because like I said, we've been live here for quite a while today, my friends. We've been live here for kind of pushing near 3 hours now, which, I definitely am definitely very, very glad that we were able to be live for you guys for today. Definitely is definitely great. I was able to throw out some coverage for y'all today. And like I said, for tomorrow as well, we are going to be live, probably around the early afternoon hours here. I'm kind of thinking maybe 1 or so. As of now, that could definitely change. That's not final, by the way. But, whenever things really does start to go down here, then obviously I will, end up going live. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, guys, and turn on post notifications. That way you guys can stay up to date on the latest information here. So obviously, that way you guys have the best, obviously you guys have the best amount of coverage here as possible. So let's go ahead and switch on back here. Let's actually switch to Boston, or south of Boston radar here. Really, let's see what's going on down in here in southern New Hampshire. So for the most part, it actually looks like the severe threat is relatively done in southern New Hampshire. You can actually see here right now, and honestly not be surprising if they got rid of the watch here relatively soon. So like I said, for Portsmouth, portions of Salisbury, portions of Lowell, we actually are currently still watching this line, this moving through. Like I said, for the most part, the watch, you can actually see how there's really nothing going on in the majority of the watch area here. So obviously, for the most part, this is actually relatively good. So this is probably going to be canceled here relatively soon. Honestly, probably before even 10 o'clock. So we'll see how that plays out there. But once again, my friends, thank you for hanging out with us here for tonight. Like I said, if you guys are enjoying the coverage, make sure you leave a like, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. It'll tell me that you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. If you guys really want to help out the channel, links are in the description, guys. You guys can help us out. We have some cool merch. You guys can check out that below. You can actually buy the shirts that I'm actually wearing right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. We have our own custom polo shirts. If you guys do want to check those out, all of them are in the description, guys. But yeah, so that is what we are seeing here. Let's see. Haley says there's a possible tornado tag on the thunderstorm in New Jersey. Is that for real? Let's go and double check on that actually really quickly. Let's go ahead and right click on this here. They do indeed have a tornado possible, as you can actually see right here. So this is basically saying, so honestly, for the most part, what a tornado possible means is this is not, something you should take action based off of. It's just saying, hey, tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms, and just be aware that, just don't be surprised if one did get issued, essentially. But right now, as of right now, there is no imminent tornado danger for the cell. If there was, there would be a tornado warning, in which right now, obviously, there's really, like I said, right now, there's obviously really not here. So, but that is kind of what we are watching here, my friends. That is what we are seeing here. Let's see, Unstable One says, thank you for covering every area. You're very, very welcome. That's what I'm here for, my friend. Like I said, we cover all of you guys. I want you all to be safe here. That's what we're here for. Speaking of which, we still have a lot of action going on here towards Oklahoma City here. Take a closer look at it. Like I said, this is a pretty nasty storm still for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and obviously, like I said, 1.25-inch hail. That's actually some pretty decent hail we actually are talking about. That's enough to cause some damage. It's $half size hail. So if you mix that in with the damaging wind gusts as well, obviously that is kind of a concern here. So Christian wants to know, can I cover Texas for tomorrow? So here's the thing. The only severe weather that's possible for tomorrow is across this little green blob that you see here, across Amarillo and Lubbock, between Amarillo and Lubbock, directly west of Wichita Falls. If anything crazy does happen in Texas, you bet that we'll be here to cover it for sure. But the main concern here for tomorrow is actually what's happening here in Virginia. You can obviously tell, like I said, right here, in the yellow area here, in the central and eastern side of Virginia, Obviously, for the areas here in Maryland and Delaware as well, these are the locations where severe weather is the most likely, the most severe for tomorrow, also the most likely to occur. So we're definitely going to watch out for Virginia tomorrow. If you know anyone across the Virginia region, recommended sharing the channel, guys, so that they can stay up to date with the latest information. I just want them to be safe. Obviously, like I said, the more people we can help out, the better. Obviously, like I said, guys, I just want you all to be prepared. I want you guys to be safe and, stay up to date on the latest information, my friends. So just, once again, thank you all for chilling with us here for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And obviously, if you have any more questions, guys, throw them down the chat here. Like I said, that's what we're here for. So, but yeah. So tomorrow we are going to, tomorrow we are going to be live here as well. So, anyways, my friends, honestly, I think we're going to go ahead and kind of head off here relatively soon. For the most part, like I said, we were waiting for this watch to be canceled, but for the most part, like I said, for the most part, this should already be getting canceled relatively soon here, as you can see. Not really anything severe going on here on the far eastern side. For the most part, the severe weather is done for the most part here, so that is what we are looking at. So, but like I said, my friends, thank you all for joining us for today. Let's see here. Can you tell me if any kind of rain or anything might happen in southwestern Arkansas tomorrow or Saturday? So that's actually a good question here. So, southwestern Arkansas, here's tomorrow's risk here. So it depends on where you're at, but anywhere in Arkansas could see the possibility of maybe seeing some storms, maybe some showers could happen. Now, there is a possibility of some severe storms across the central and northern edge of Arkansas here for tomorrow. If anything does happen tomorrow in Arkansas, we'll definitely be here to let you guys know. So obviously, just stay safe out there, my friend. So there you go, Luke. Hopefully that helped you out, my friend. Am I going to be covering Dallas-Fort Worth? Like I said, tomorrow there's no severe weather expected in Dallas, so we're looking relatively okay. So, like I said, we will be live tomorrow though, regardless, to cover whatever's going to be happening here. Like I said, the main concern here is across portions of the Mid-Atlantic. So obviously Virginia, Maryland, portions of Delaware is kind of the main concern here. Okay, so that is kind of what we are watching here. Let's see here. Devin says, "Hi, what's up, Devin? Hope you're doing all right." Let's go and see here. April says, I answered you back a while ago, but you missed it. Oh, sorry about that, but it's okay. I see you're busy. Occurred around 10:45 this morning. And job in New York ended in Gainesville, New York. I wasn't expecting not much warning. Yeah, it's definitely very, very unfortunate. Definitely very, very unfortunate. And hopefully everyone stayed okay with that. Like I said, obviously the weather's been quite nuts. The weather has actually been really, really nuts between flooding and all across portions of the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, and in between obviously the tornadoes we had today across the Northeast. Obviously, yeah, weather's been being pretty nuts. And tomorrow again, another severe weather event. So obviously, you gotta watch out for this. April says it did destroy a big barn. So yep. It's definitely not good at all. And hopefully everyone stays safe. Like I said, hopefully everyone got the shelter in time. Hopefully everyone remained okay. So obviously, like I said, hopefully things are okay here. So let's go and take a look here back at the other screen here really quickly. Here's the once again, here's the view here in Philadelphia. Things have calmed down a lot here. The wind is still, moderately going here. But for the most part, there is still some people that's not really running anymore. You can see this dude's kind of slow walking. So obviously, things have calmed down a lot more. Haley says, can I cover the Kansas City metro area here for tomorrow? So, yes, tomorrow we will be covering the Kansas area here. Like I said, obviously, for tomorrow, the more I look at it now, actually Kansas City is not supposed to get any severe weather here. Which is some good news. Like I said, the only main concern here is across portions of Arkansas, Missouri, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, and northern Georgia, portions of North Carolina here, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, southern Pennsylvania, southern portions of New Jersey, as well as Delaware and Maryland included. That's kind of where the severe threat is here for tomorrow. Like so, obviously the yellow here is where the greatest chance of severe weather is here for tomorrow. So that is what we're looking at here. So, but anyways, my friends, I think it's going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I'm going to go ahead and get me some dinner. I'm actually kind of getting hungry, not going to lie with you guys. I have not ate anything, but we got some pretty good coverage in. We've covered about nearly 3 hours today. So once again, I just want to go ahead and say, y'all, thank you for joining us for today. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you guys for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. You guys seriously mean a lot to me. You guys are seriously the best. And honestly, just thank you so much. And, like I said, I hope you guys just stay safe. And obviously, like I said, guys, obviously just, once again, just guys, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for helping out the channel. One thing I do want to do before you guys go, like I said, if you guys do want to, help us out on the channel. Like I said, I'll go ahead and show you guys a few things here really quickly. We actually got some pretty cool stuff I do actually want to show you guys really quickly. So if we go ahead and move on over here to my main channel. But once again, see, April says, thank you so much for your time and today. Appreciate your information. You're very, very welcome, April. You know, like I said, that's what I'm here for, my friend. And you know, that's what this is all about. And I'm always here to cover this for you guys. And so once again, just thank you all for being here. So like I said, here's our channel. You guys can check it out here right now. Obviously, here is our coverage and everything like that that's going on here. If you guys do want to check out our cool stuff we have, here is the link in the description. We have ourselves actually, here's our merchandise. If you guys want to check on the bottom link here, we got some really cool stuff actually. We got some hurricane, evacuation route stuff. We got some phone cases and all kinds of cool stuff. If you do want to check on that, we also do have, like I said, if you guys do want to help us out, donations and stuff like that. There's a little chat icon here you guys can click on. Memberships as well. Get access to pretty cool stuff behind the scenes. Here's Super Chat if you guys do want to help us out. Regardless, like I said, we greatly appreciate it, guys. To help go towards radar equipment and stuff like that. Once again, my friends, just thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for helping us out and stuff like that. And here's also the memberships. Like I was telling you, there's different levels of memberships going from Tropical Storm all the way to Category 5. Each one is a little bit of a different things, including behind-the-scenes coverage and stuff like that, if you guys do want to check that out. So, but anyways, my friends, thank you all so much for joining us. That's going to go ahead and wrap us up here for today, my friends. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you guys for being here. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I know I say it a lot, but I truly do mean it, my friends. And just thank you guys for hanging out with us for today. And just stay safe for the rest of tonight. Like I said, just expect a few more severe storms could happen through the overnight hours. But for the most part, across the Northeast, they're relatively done. I'm definitely glad that I was able to cover this and stuff like that. So, but anyways, guys, like I said, I'm not exactly sure what time we are going to be going live tomorrow, but we do plan on going live here at some time in the afternoon. So, like I said, this is another reason why you guys should turn on post notifications, that we guys stay up to date and stuff like that. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you absolutely so much for being here. You guys absolutely rock. So, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream here for today's, my friends. I'm going to turn on this here to the ending screen. Once again, thank you so much for being here, guys. You all are the best, and greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and see here. Haley says, okay, thank you. Stay safe out there, my friend. Everyone that's in Kentucky. You too there, Haley. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Devin says, good night. Good night, Devin. Good night, my man. Hope you have a wonderful night. Let's see here. Miss Anonymous says, thank you for the stream. Keep me updated. I will. You bet I will. And obviously, thank you so much for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it, my friends. All of you guys are absolutely amazing. Appreciate all of you guys' support here. So, but anyways, guys, it's going to go ahead and do it for tonight. Rao says, thank you. Good night. Good night, Rao. Thank you for joining us. But my friends, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. If you guys did enjoy it, guys, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. We greatly appreciate it. So, y'all, thank you for joining us here for today. And that's going to do it for today's update. But, guys, hope to see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
The National Weather Service has issued severe thunderstorm watch 506 in effect until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening for the following areas. In New Hampshire, this watch includes 7 counties: Belknap, Merrimack, Stratford, Sullivan, Cheshire, Hillsborough, and Rockingham. This includes the cities of Claremont, Concord, Cornish, Croydon, Derry, Dover, Durham, Hampstead, Keene, Laconia, Leominster, Loudoun, Manchester, Nashua, Rochester, Salem, Somersworth, Sullivan, Surrey, and Unity. Severe thunderstorm watch number 506 has been canceled for the following counties in New Hampshire: Belknap, Cheshire, Hillsborough, Merrimack, Rockingham, Stratford, and Sullivan. The flood advisory is canceled for portions of western Maine, including the following area: Oxford. Portions of New Hampshire, including the following areas: Belknap, Carolina.